So it should be a good time. So for those of you that forget, this is solo fighter life. The idea here is going to be playing through the entire game by myself as a fighter with the goal of introducing some people to some of the mechanics of the game they might not know that well by picking a fighter, one of the traditionally worst soloing classes. It gives me the chance to actually teach what the heck's going on, what advantages you can have when you go into quests, what are things you need to prepare for before each individual and specific encounter. All of this, of course, is on YouTube, which you might be watching on this right now. So just bear in mind that there's a lot of good info in here. So if you need information about like, oh, how do you do this quest or how do you handle this trap? This character can't deal with traps, so I'm going to show you how to deal with traps as solo fighters. Hopefully it should be a good experience. And yeah, the bard didn't die. No one died. Yeah, 100,000 years for a double gem is pretty standard. I still have Tanya. For a few seconds. Summon, Tanya, summon! I've said this before, but make sure you always bring a hireling. It's really, really good to have a hireling with you. I'm gonna be continuing on my quest adventure here, but always bring a hireling when you have the opportunity, and also make sure you have your house P buffs. They're both very, very good. Just be mindful when monsters have the ability to hit you with Dispel Magic, because that can be quite important. But yeah, another thing, yeah, use hirelings. I've seen some people post, even when I posted this, there was somebody who tagged me specifically to be like, oh, soloing, but they used in quotes because they used a hireling. Anybody that tells you, and I'm going to say this again, anybody that tells you that using a hireling somehow means you're not soloing or is trying to shame you for using a hireling, they're an idiot. They're just an idiot. So you can ignore those people. Their opinions don't matter. And also, I got a dust card. Oh! What is this? What a trinket. Oh god, I'm taking damage. Hold on, I gotta kill this guy. I didn't have a trinket, now I have one. Oh, amazing. It's got false life, dodge, protection, and dusk. It's like literally every stat that I can use all of those stats. So now I have way higher armor class. The false life is useful. Dusk is useful. Damn. Let's go, dude. Enemy soloed R10s is disliked. I mean, does it really matter though? You're doing it. You're doing the content without anybody else's help. The hireling still has to be manually controlled by you, especially if it's going to be useful in that type of content.
As you begin your ascent
Again, from my perspective, I don't care if people are soloing R10s. So if you're of the mindset that somebody's saying they soloed an R10, but they used a hireling breaks, the immersion for you, then that's perfectly fine. It's totally cool. But just don't feel shamed. I don't know why, but there's like this section of the DDO community that wants to shame people for using hirelings. It's like in-game mechanic designed to help you play and to be able to get through content. It's good and it's important. Why do the stats on my items look like that? Because I have items with stats on them. Woo! Knockdown. Here, thanks for joining again. Oh, dude, absolutely. Easy, dude. I was glad to join in. I wasn't sure what I was going to be doing at the start of the live stream today, so doing R4s right at the beginning was great. Helped put myself in the right mindset to keep going along with solo fighter leveling. Because I'm really enjoying this build. But yeah, thanks for letting me tag along for a bit. I'm sure there's going to be more Reaper mode as time goes on. Okay, so what you should do is, or make sure you don't do what I'm doing, which is forgetting to put on my shield. You always want to make sure you have shield active at all times. You never know when you're going to get hit by a magic missile from a champion. I just realized that these coffins, when you break them, spawn additional skeletons, and I didn't want to have to deal with that, so I should have been a little bit more mindful. Also, generally, I don't want to be away from my hireling, so I want my hireling to be with me, just because in case something bad happens, they can keep me alive. You never know. Could come in handy. Yeah, the reason why my items display in a more condensed format is because there's an option called show detailed item examination, or show detailed item descriptions upon examination, and I turned that off so that way I don't see the item descriptions in their whole wording. So you can still see the descriptions, so if I like mouse over them, it'll tell me the details of deflection bonus to AC, but because I personally already know what that means, I don't really need to read all that text all the time, and it makes my items take less space on the screen. Okay, let's keep going. And hirelings for someone who played release until the game stopped. Came back to level 25. Sure. I know what your take is. Thanks for a tough group. Oh, I'm sure that it absolutely helps out, but I'm not encouraging people to go to the store and run and buy gold seal hirelings. You can do that if that's something you want to do. I'm talking about just using the ones you can buy with your gold in-game. The hirelings you can buy in-game are really, really useful, and they are designed to be used. You shouldn't just feel, and I don't want anyone to feel bad for using like an in-game mechanic that's designed to help people when they don't have healers or other people around. Don't have a pocket healer? No problem. Just use a hireling. It's a in-game mechanic. Also, important note, I don't care about the feelings of people who want to put other people down for using hirelings. So if you are watching this and you're like, did you just say I'm an idiot for you know, trying to bully people for using hirelings? Yeah, because your feelings don't matter. Just shut up and go away. Go back to your cave. Let other people play the game the way they want. Back in the day, you would not let everyone in your party. Sure, but yeah, things were different. There was a time where you didn't want to use hirelings, and I think some people still have that opinion of like when, if anyone in your party died, it would cause an XP, or the entire party would lose XP, and so using a hireling in a party would mean that if the hireling died, because no one's controlling it properly, then the hireling dies, and then everyone loses experience points, and that's really annoying. There was a time where that was true. Nowadays, that's not the case. And as you said before, when grouping, hirelings are a touchy subject because some people, like myself, I don't really like it when people in my groups use hirelings because if they need help, I will heal them. But again, it really depends on the circumstance. The circumstances at present. Also, Nacho Wanch, welcome back to the stream team for 6 months. Appreciate the support. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Glad to have you here. Damn, dude. 6 months. It's a long time. Nice. Hire multi-box, so why shame anyone? Yeah, they said that's the thing I don't get. I just don't understand the shaming. Just let people play how they want. If you don't want people to summon hirelings in your group, that's totally cool. But we're talking about soloing. People that are playing the game that aren't you. They're just talking about their experiences. I don't get it. Yeah, but I'm talking about right now. Like, people's opinions about how hirelings used to feel, it's interesting. It's like a cool part of history. It's like, damn, that was neat. That's how that mechanic worked, and it was unsuccessful. I'm glad they changed it, and it's not like that anymore. If you work off of the preconceptions as to how things used to be, and then assume that they're still the same, it's a bad idea. You're gonna be causing yourself a lot of problems in the future. Gotta move forward, not backwards. Upwards, not downwards. And always twirling, twirling, twirling towards victory. That is a Simpsons joke. For those of you that are too young to get that. Hirelings for anything, just put them on active mode and let them do their thing. Yep, 100%, that's what I do. I don't rely on the hirelings for healing. I put them on active mode. There's a reason why I'm constantly chugging my potions, is I just have the hireling. It's in my group, but I don't rely on it to actually heal me most of the time. I want to have a way around just the hireling. Alright, so now, I don't want to go the other way because this route has rust monsters and I can't deal with them, so I'm going to go around. I already ran into rust monsters once and they already almost killed me, and that was bad. Are you soloing it for using potions and wands? True. Yeah, like it's the exact same argument. Like, wait, you're buying health potions? Dude, health potions are cheating. It's the same energy. 100%. But you're buying haste potions instead of getting a wizard that can cast haste on you? Cheating. Wait, and I bet not only do you use hirelings and you use potions of haste, you also probably use the DDO wiki, huh? Look at the wiki? That's cheating. Get out of here. There we go. Best using your TR cache? Oh, that's cheating. 100%. You better believe that's cheating. This discussion becomes the mindset to form groups with the right abilities. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Again, I'm saying, you know, if you want to have people in your party that are all working together and have a coordinated group, that's great. 100%. If you're running a group and you don't want people to summon hirelings, also perfectly fine. Talking about the, like, when people talk about their experience of soloing, and I've seen people, like, both on the subreddit and on the forums, tell people, like, oh yeah, don't use hirelings, you shouldn't be using hirelings. And it's like, no, use hirelings. It's an in-game mechanic, and they work really well. If you don't believe that fact, then just watch my solo fighter and watch how useful the hirelings are. Can't believe that bard lived. Yeah, me neither. Using gear from your TR cache. Questing with those on, true. Are you wearing equipment? Excuse me. Everybody knows that the only way to actually play the game, like if you're a real gamer, you'd be out here using the, you know, Club of the Holy Flame and playing the entire way through with just Club of the Holy Flame and no items equipped. Yeah, people always draw those lines. And that's obviously not ideal. Just be compassionate, guys. Be kind to one another. And just respect that somebody plays the game differently than you do sometimes. And that's okay. Oh, so this quest is done. Oh, there's a monster or boss up here that has an extra treasure chest. I could have gone for it because I do like having extra gold. I didn't go for that because he's going to attack me and I don't want to deal with that. Offering a blood is probably a little bit sketchy for hardcore, but, you know, whatever. I've got 500 hit points. I'll probably be fine. Sure, I'll be okay. Or I won't. Downside about level 13 is fighters, I don't get anything at all. I just level up. Not ideal. But I should be okay. There's a couple traps in here, and I'll show you how to deal with them. So yeah, well, let's do Offering of Blood. There's some traps. I don't want to do the quest Raid the Volcarum. I almost always do the quest Raid the Volcarum when I'm out here. The reason why I'm not going to do it is because it has monsters that cast Dispel Magic constantly, which dispels my ship buffs, or my house P buffs. My house, oh, apparently I already got dispelled. That Knoll just dispelled me! As I was running past, that Knoll in the Adventure Zone just dispelled me.
High above the scar of this narrow bridge is an ideal perch.
You know what? Whatever. We're gonna deal with it. I'm just mad. Didn't somebody do one? Yeah. That was, what's his name? Brazilian guy. Very nice man. Very funny. Streamer. Whose name I can't remember. Don't worry, it'll come to me. No, not Moon Moon. He doesn't play DDO. Think of people that play DDO.
This enormous crack.
Oh. Take a break.
Site of many ritual Your dangerous climb ends high above a large chamber.
Do I have curse potions ready? I have 3 curse potions. Oddly enough, if you didn't know, what is this? This ability, Second Wind on Fighter, actually gets rid of curses for some reason. Oh, I have my wand in my hand. Apparently, you can't attack creatures with your wand. You didn't know. And apparently, my hireling will actually remove the curse, which is very cool. This is also another area where you really want to make sure you have death block. If you don't have death block, you're going to be in trouble.
Dispelled me. Cheating. Can't use in-game tools available to you. Mad.
Yeah, exactly. The Knolls are cheating, dude. Oh. Damn. Is there a safe way to get around the traps in there? In here, yeah, there's safe ways to get around the traps. I'll show you how to get around the traps. So in this quest, the reason why this quest can be mildly scary if you have a slow DPS character is that the monsters are constantly respawning. So you need a way to deal with constantly respawning monsters. And how do I deal with that? I fight them. But you might not have the ability to fight them because you might not be the fighter that I am. Alright, so we can go slam these guys. Alright, first set of traps is right here. You're going to be getting shot by archers while dealing with traps. The benefit is you can time them. Now, granted, my jump... Do I still have jump yet? Yes, I do. You can jump over them. The first trap is right here, so you can take this little edge and jump. Oh, and there's one right in the middle. Anyway, just have movement speed, featherfall, and jump is the real answer there. Oh, dispel magic. Now all my magical spells are gone. Every single one. Well, that's always fun. I love that. Good to know. I'm going to be using some potions just to give myself some extra resists. And it looks like my movement speed and my shield one are in jeopardy, so I need to be a little careful about this. But I'll constantly have to be rebuffing and re-drinking potions. I forgot about the Drow Prophets, the Volcarum Prophets. Actually cast Dispel Magic even in this quest. I forgot about that. So yeah, you gotta be just careful about the monsters that can Dispel Magic on you. Hit that guy with the execute, instant crit, he walks away, because I miss. No! It's so sad when you use an ability like your auto crit here, Deadly Strike, and then you just roll a 1 and miss. It's very sad.
The hunter desires a new offering of blood. Yours will suffice.
Then once the character gets under 30%, hit him with the execute, and goodbye. One of the best abilities right here is a good death at a fighter Kensai tier 5. Would definitely recommend it pretty much all the time, because of how powerful and useful it is. It's always going to be killing stuff, so I definitely recommend it. I'm going to be looting just this side chest as well, because of the amount of... Oh god, the damage from the curse. I'm looting this one as well, just because I want to get some more items. The curse wound, you can get rid of with the remove curse pot. I can also just out-heal it with potions. Again, the benefit of being a fighter, but... You died already? Oh, man. I thought you were playing fighter, man. Just fight him. If somebody tries to kill you, just fight them. I thought that was the whole point of playing fighter, man. Again, that's when you see that extra 1,000. That's my, that's the extra damage from the execute coming out. Very, very powerful effect. All my spells have already been dispelled again. So I guess I'm just drinking potions for movement speed now at this point. And so another reason why I like the strike through on this weapon is that even though I'm playing as a shield user, it's still very, very powerful to be able to strike through with some of these other abilities. Important note, I'm not playing as a Vanguard fighter, which many people have asked, like if I'm playing Vanguard. This is just a sword and shield fighter. I could play Vanguard. Uh-oh, I roll a 1 versus web, and this is where the hireling comes in. They're focusing on me, and the hireling can just break me out of stuff. Skeleton Knights? Yeah, the Skeleton Knights are scary. They get you. I don't know how much health they have, but with those damn shields, they just block everything. If only I could... If only players could get shields, that'd be very cool. Is there a class that gets shields? I don't know, you guys. Alright, so now we have this room, which also has traps in it. How do you deal with the traps? The answer is timing. You just time the traps. So you need to spawn them so you know where they are. So, just jump to this, and then let it go one at a time. Zap. Actually, I'm going to do 2. Actually, that's the whole thing. It's done. And then you're just going to kind of kill these things, or you can honestly ignore them if you're the only person, and just jump over this ledge, and then boom, you're behind the bridge. Now, generally, you're supposed to lower the bridge so your allies can get across. However, I don't care about that, because I have a hireling who teleports to me when I press a button. So I don't need to worry about bringing my allies over, so I can just keep going. Yeah, Ivo. That's right. Ivo Minikowski. I could not remember his name for the life of me, which is not good, but, you know, I haven't seen him in a little while. Yeah, he did a Tempest Ranger with 2... Very good player. He did a Tempest Ranger life where he only used the Club of the Silver Flame. He got 2 of them and used them from level 1 all the way up to level 30. Oh, man.
A palpable aura surrounds this lone drow.
Oh, right. I don't know what you're seeing. I'm going to go for the Prophets first because they're dangerous spellcasters and kill them first. Again, you're going to notice I don't really use Second Wind. I have a very bad habit of holding on to every big defensive cooldown that I physically can until I absolutely need it. So when I'm just fighting these monsters, I'm just going to keep holding on to it and keep holding on to Second Wind, even if it means chugging more potions, especially because you can use potions while moving right now, and potions give you extra repair amp and healing amplification. It's pretty useful for that purpose. Plus, I can then use the potion and then use my thing and get healed to full. It's pretty cool. Alright, I don't think I need to do any other quests here, so I think I'm done with the desert. I'm going to be moving on to level 13, doing some higher level quests. Wrecking Barrier comes in clutch. Did you almost die? because Ambraze just was slain by a Dunwater Shaman. That's why that quest chain is very dangerous. You gotta be very scared when you're out there in Salt Martian Heroics on Hardcore League. It can be kind of spooky. Actually, while I'm here, I don't think I'm gonna come back to the desert, so I'm gonna go pick up all my loot. Hey, Scavier, what's up? Ooh, Insightful Combat Mastery with Magical Sheltering 14. Honestly, kind of good. And it gives me more armor class, and has a blue augment slot. That's like kind of good, because I don't think I have like a magical sheltering item. And general magical sheltering is probably better than strictly lightning absorb. And nothing good. Reinforced Helm of Accuracy is not that great. I mean, I do like Insightful Fortification, just not useful here. Secret Deception. Insightful Vertigo. Wow, cool. I'd be tempted to use those. I can't really use Deception on this character because as a fighter I have no way to sneak attack people by myself. But still, kind of cool. Conjuration, Insightful Conjuration. Pretty cool for Hardcore League. And Constitution, Fortification, Shatter Belt. You'd think I would want this, but I actually have a better Constitution item, I think, somewhere. Yeah, Con 5 from Siren's Charm, so I actually don't think I need that. Although a Docent that's Defensive, Fortification, and Con 6, and Insightful Combat Mastery is kind of good. And look at that extra armor. It's 6 extra armor points. I think I will take that. I'll click the main track Docents. That's good. I have to bank a couple of these items to make sure they're in the right place. Also, I'm going to get rid of these uncut gems because I don't need them. You're actually supposed to turn them into, there's a gem collector in town who gives you stuff for them. I'm just too lazy to actually go turn them in because it takes a bunch of extra time. Extreme question: does healing with potions benefit from healing amp or positive spell power? Healing amplification increases all healing effects on your character. So if you have healing amplification, it will increase the amount you heal from a potion because a potion is a heal on you, and healing amplification increases all healing you receive. Healing spell power only affects spells you cast, and drinking a potion is not a spell cast. Healing amp. How much heal you receive versus spell power, how much extra healing your spells do. Drinking a potion is receiving healing, but it is not casting a spell. Oh, +4 of Insightful Repair Amp 12. Wow. And it's more physical resistance rating. I mean, that's a lot. That's a lot of physical resistance rating, dude. I think I will use that shield. So where is this shield? Here? Perfect. Apparently whatever other item I had, Bastard Sword, I sold it. So I'm going to have to replace it with something. I just need to have a weapon to fill up these slots. So that's good. Rid of this. The Great Axe will just stay. Actually, I'm going to replace the Great Axe with this Great Sword now, because I'm higher level. In case I need something to hit 2 targets. I really like this Docent, so I'm going to keep it. I'm supposed to put both of those in the auction house, and I did not do either of them. Wander Fireballs, I will hold on to, because that can come in handy. Page Armor Potions I don't need. Invisibility Potions I don't think I need at all. Okay, cool. I'm going to dump a couple things in the auction house. Go probably bank a few items that I don't necessarily need in my inventory right now. You know how it is. Do a little bit of stuff management. Post. These are Disable Device Open Lock Goggles, so put them on here. Somebody will probably need them. I usually don't use the auction house very much, but on Hardcore League, it just seems like it's the right thing to do to help out those who might need some of these items. Because especially trapping and Disable Device gear, a lot of people will gouge people. I don't really care too much about that. I just want people to have some good items. Platinum very quickly runs out of use, so I'd rather just give people the items they need when they need it. Okay, so this item's level 14. Is the other Docent? Oh, that was the shield I was thinking of. If you CC mobs, you can sneak attack them? Yeah, I'd have to take Stunning Blow. I don't plan on taking Stunning Blow with this character. I do plan on getting Stunning Shield, but I'm currently putting points into Sacred, or not Sacred Defender, Stalwart Defender first for some more defense. All right, so let's empty out this bag. Then reload the collectible bag, and then empty out the collectible bag again, which is good. Just gonna bank a few items here. I don't need this key. The XP I can just put away, I guess, because I don't really need to eat it anymore. I guess I make a new character, maybe I'll need the XP. Portable hole can go in the bank. Thieves' tools can go in the bank. Necklace of venom can go in the bank. This is a deadly double strike ring. Why was I never using this? I think I have both of those effects already, but that's weird. I don't know why I wasn't using that. Usually I would replace the rare parent 15 because the seeker gloves are pretty good, but I don't think I want to do that as of right now. Range power potion I don't need. More XP I don't need. Oh yeah, and this is the potion, or the shield for level 13. Magical sheltering. Oh, wait, my shield is the physical sheltering shield? Oh yeah, that makes sense. I have fortification though, right? Yeah, I do. Yeah, seems pretty good. I guess I'll just replace my chest Docent with this one. Get fortification, insightful combat mastery 3 seems pretty good. Then I have the insightful repair amplification. So I'm up at 67 repair amplification. When I drink a potion, I'm gonna go up to 117. It's not bad. Again, it's all about that preparation. You gotta make sure your items are in order. Yeah, you're not running out of stuff. Again, just take your time. Equip all the appropriate items. Be ready for your adventures. Speaking of ready for my adventures, I gotta buy some more potions. Every single level, I'm pretty much going to be stopping by at the potion vendor and refilling. It's a good idea. Stomach flu Tom, because Christmas is coming and Santa puts stomach flu Tom on the subscribers of the night list. Oh, stomach flu. No, I hope not. Please no. That's not something you want to get for Christmas. Is stomach flu. That'd be a bad idea. Speaking of things you want to get for Christmas, let's load that up. I'm going to have to adjust a... I'm going to buy a couple more curse potions. Because I don't really have that many, and just in case they come up in conversation, it's a good idea to have them. Refill my oils, or my oils of serious repair. Get house P buffs, and then head out to Ravenloft. Now, one quest in here is going to be quite annoying. I'm also going to grab a hireling. Is the Amber Temple. I think a lot of people really struggle with Amber Temple, and I want people to know how to get through it easily. So I'm going to show you guys how to get through Amber Temple simply when we get there. But first, I need a character that has... I can buy a wand, actually. I need another Tanya Brightstone. Tanya Brightstone is great. She's just a damage favorite soul. And so I'm going to be having a couple copies of her because she'll be blowing people up. I don't really need the defense or somebody who's like watching my back. But what I do need is lesser restoration. So I'm going to be getting a wand of lesser restoration because you need it for the fast way to do... Amber Temple. Never telling I hate it regardless. How do I fix this? How do you fix it if you hate it? Listen to your favorite song while you do the quest. That's really the secret. Just like find ways to enjoy the things that you're doing, even if you're not finding them that fun. Like I've said this before, the way I make DDO still be enjoyable even after playing it for such an incredibly long time is that I find new ways to enjoy it. So like this solo fighter build is just entertaining. I haven't really done a full solo life in a while because I enjoy playing with other people. And so doing something that's a bit of a deviation but still a class and character I enjoy is good. Okay, do I need Death Ward? I don't think so. I don't think there's anything I need Death Ward for. I'm immune to energy drain, so it should be okay. All right. Hey, what's up, Rudolph Van Richten? All right. So first is Argynvost. Argynvost is very straightforward. You really want Ghost Touch for this one, so make sure you have an item that gives you Ghost Touch when you're doing this. I don't still. And there's a lot of ghosts in here, so that's where the Hireling is going to come in handy. Dwarf Manatee that I am burying all my dead dwarves in coffins made of either arsenic or sulfur. Are you talking about Dwarf Fortress, or are you talking about Deep Rock Galactic? Or are you talking about something else? There we go. Yeah, I know video games, guys. I know video games. I saw the Dwarf Fortress on Steam, and I did not put it on my computer. mean, that seems good. I don't know how you're supposed to bury them exactly, but, you know, you gotta. Incorporeal bastards, get out of here. Even though I miss half the time, it's not that big of a deal. That janky animation because I'm a Warforged. I don't know why, but the Warforged whirlwind attack animation with a shield, it doesn't animate fast enough unless you have actual attack speed or attack speed bonuses. I will get some eventually. I'll probably get a movement speed item someday. But I'm still just working off of Anger Step. Like, that's still just the item that I'm using. So if you don't know how to get movement speed into your build, Expeditious Retreat items are good. Have grave robber problems. I mean, true. You just gotta make an effective deterrent. So if you bury them in sulfur, they're gonna smell real bad. You bury them in arsenic, and now they're poisonous. I don't know if you can aerosolize it somehow, or get the arsenic into somebody's body. Or you can make the mega tomb. Also, all of the wraiths in here cast Dispel Magic, so I'm running in here and leaving. Important note, you actually don't need to fight them because they don't leave the room. I don't know why, but they don't. So I just realized that I could have had all my stuff dispelled. It didn't get dispelled, which is nice, but that was always a possibility. And then I just help my hireling clear these things out. Again, I can't really hit them as consistently as my hireling can because of the incorporealness. But I can watch my hireling kill them. Die, Phantom Archers. Getting a Ghost Touch weapon is basically just farming. There's tons of easy ways to get it. For example, there's a cloak you can buy out of Night Revels, which is going on right now as of time of record. And that will give you access to smashing every monster you want. Again, I just don't really like farming, so I'm just gonna do this the slow way. Fight all the monsters slowly. I'll chunk them down eventually. Get him, Tanya, get him. Or heal me, that's also good. This is another reason why armor class is so valuable. You'll notice every time you see miss, 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 that's because the monsters literally can't get past my armor class, which is one of the reasons why this character is so very good with the heavy armor and shield. Armor class is going to go even higher once I get access to this new docent at 14 with Constitution 6, which will bring my Constitution up to 24 for some more hit points. And then the Insightful Combat Mastery is also okay. I don't really have any stunning effects or tripping effects. You see ice skates to attack with? I don't think so. Is this a reference to Olympic skating? Yeah, Dustbone Ring would be worth that as well. I didn't find Dustbone Ring when I did Feywild. I did Combating Corruption with the goal of getting the cloak or the... It was... what was it? It was cloak or shield or ring. All of them are good. Dustbone, of course, very good. Cloak, good. And then the shield. I am a fighter, so shields are great. Sadly for me, though, I got none of those items. Or not none of those items. I got the cloak, which is not the best one. It's kind of the worst one of the list, but it has death block on it, so I'll take it. Death block on a cloak is nice to have, so I don't have to have it specifically on my weapon slot. And same thing, these archers just stand here, so you can just leave them alone.
Hey there, Strim. I took your Amber Temple advice and how I hate my favorite song because I now associate it with Amber Temple WTF cat.
Engraved on the key is the name.
Yep. Basically. It's the same reason why they say you shouldn't set your favorite song as your alarm, because you'll slowly start to hate the sound of that noise. Or like whenever you hear your song come on, all of a sudden you associate it with that feeling of waking up. It's the reason why if you hear like some of the default, not default ringtones, but like the default alarms that people will use on their phones, somebody will just be in public, you know, you're sitting in an office waiting for a doctor's appointment, and then somebody's alarm goes off. You might have like a knee-jerk reaction where your brain just gets like really tense because you're aware that you need to be waking up right now if you use the same one. If you want to make yourself, you know, a little bit happier, also, you know, change your own alarm away from the default so that when you hear other people's default alarms, which you will hear, it's a little easier on your brain. This is an amazing have. really helpful. Or absolutely. Like I said, the parts are going up on YouTube, so you'll be able to watch the whole thing. And it's also segmented. So each part is fully segmented in terms of every single like quest that's done and that sort of thing. It's just like, or like quest chain and quest chunk. So you can easily click around to the parts you find confusing. And I try my best to include details that will help out in these circumstances. Something I should have said, that the laser that was there, I didn't say that. But the laser is literally a one-shot kill. Don't stand in it. It will kill you. That's why you noticed I went around it, because it kills you. And being killed is bad in the video game. Also, general rule, puzzles with traps, as you can see the traps here, work backwards at the puzzle. There's no consequences to working backwards at the puzzle. And the upside is it means you never accidentally laser yourself or blow yourself up to some type of trap. So work through puzzles backwards when given the chance. I will be able to attack eventually. I'm just waiting for the soothing apathy from the Harpy songs to go away. And execute. Goodbye. Sweet. But yeah, work backwards on your puzzles. Now you get the slow from Trogs. Yes, the slow is actually a poison, so you can use a neutralized poison potion to get rid of it, or if you're a Warforged or undead, you're entirely immune. Neutralized poison also makes you immune to poisons for a short period of time. So if you cast neutralized poison on yourself, let's say you're a bard or a ranger, you have extend. You can extend neutralized poison and just be poison immune for like 5 minutes. Why'd I take whirlwind attack instead of cleaves? I'm playing a hardcore league, and dodge and mobility give more defense than the cleaves. Also, I can't really make a good use of power attack because power attack. Ooh, holy bastards are deadly 4. It's kind of good, but it's not better than my sword, so I don't care. The other half of that is power attack is not as good because I'm a first life character with no guarantee on items. I'm plus 50 to hit right now, which is okay for this level. I'd like to be higher, but it is what it is. I don't have any good items for that. I think I have accuracy goggles. No, I don't even have accuracy goggles. So I don't have an accuracy item. So I'm a bit behind. Losing 5 to hit is kind of a big deal because it means my critical hits won't happen as often, even though the damage could be kind of nice. But dodge and mobility gives me defense. It gives me dodge chance and maximum dexterity bonus of armor class. So as I'm sure you can see here, my armor class is 48. My max dex bonus is 6. It's going to be going up. I'm going to be getting this up to 8 with Stalwart Defensive Mastery. And as I go through epics, I will be getting extra increased maximum dexterity bonus out of the Legendary Dreadnought tree for a total of 14 maximum dexterity bonus. And so since my character will have plus 14 on max dexterity, that means I can get 14 dodge, even though I'm wearing full plate. Bonus armor class for my dexterity. There's a whole bunch of good reasons to do that. But you could take the cleaves. Another reason is that whirlwind attack just is kind of better. Whirlwind attack is better great cleave. It's great cleave that hits twice and actually is 360. So it hits all sides. So that's why I use whirlwind attack.
Says he went off to steal a potion from a coven of witches whose lair is at the top of the south tower.
Oh, this also allows me to get spring attack as well for faster movement. I don't currently have spring attack. And if I wasn't playing a Warforged, you'd be easily able to get spring attack in here. But I had to take adamantine plating, which kind of slows you down. The rogue advertisement they make for you, do you have to do that? No, they did it themselves. I had to send them a bunch of pictures and stuff, and also put the copy that I use. And then they were like, cool, sounds good. And then they made it, and then sent it back. I'm gonna be honest, I really am not very good at photo editing in terms of creating something artistic. So I can make something, like if you need to edit a photo for a reason, I can do that. So I can make like a thumbnail because it's no problem. Or I can like edit a photo to like, you know, take somebody's hat off, something like that. But I can't edit a photo in terms of like creating the idea of what I want something to look like. Like starting from nothing and creating an image, I can't do that. I can edit a photo, but I can't create an image. And so the way that they have like the thing where it's like the purple background with the, you know, it's got like the different fading colors and some like even small like decals over top of it to give it like this kind of gradient and look of depth. I can't do that at all. I have no idea even where you come up with that idea or how you take a picture. Like making a painting like this, I have no idea how to do that. That is completely outside of my wheelhouse. Okay, always go after the wraiths because they dispel your magic. Good, he's dead. Alright, so the banshees that are here, that were attacking me, they can hit you with a spell when you're in Ravenloft, where it basically puts a sword above your head. The sword will continue to spin until eventually it stops spinning. When the sword stops spinning, that means it's about to drop, and to prevent it from dropping, you block. And then when the sword hits you, you'll see a little blue shield, meaning you blocked it. That mechanic is important because that is actually how you stay alive in the raid Skeletons in the Closet, the latest raid in the game. A hand will appear above your head, which is the hand of Vecna, and when it comes down to hit you, whoopsie, you block right before it grabs you, and you take 0 damage, which is important because on the higher difficulties, so when you're doing it on like Elite or higher, it just kills you if you don't block it, so you got to make sure you're paying attention and you actually block it.
And the wards on the door.
Where did you get this wheelhouse from? Is this how you get your electricity?
Yes. Also, here's another pro tip. Hug this wall. The monsters only spawn if you go towards the alchemy tables, so just hug the wall. Great when you're doing R10s, because the vampires that spawn in here are, some of them are like rogue vampires, and rogue vampires have sneak attack, which can be devastating if you're not prepared for it.
The old witches cackle, then one of them sneers at you. We know about your little bandits.
So I just skipped all those scary vampires because I just hugged the wall. I'm teaching so much monster skipping today. We're not done with the monster skipping. Also, if you just waggle your mouse over top of the cauldron, eventually you'll see this ability, this screen come up to let you read what it actually is saying, or like to use it, because it's later into the fight that the cauldron becomes active. So I just wiggled my mouse over top of it, because if you leave your mouse, it won't tell you. But if you wiggle back and forth, eventually it'll turn into like little, like the icon will change. When it changes to the, dialogue option, the correct answer is Gora. And when you say Gora, it will turn off the cauldron so no elementals will spawn from it. Or not elementals, mephits. Again, another good thing for R10. That's why you see me wiggle my mouse over top of it, just going like that. Also, if you're wondering why I was halting the hireling, it's because I didn't want her to blunder through the room. Also, these cats. So when you click them, they used to make a unique sound each time, and it would be in the whole dungeon. So if everybody picked a cat and clicked it, you would be this maddening cacophony, and it was one of the worst sound effect things in the whole game. They patched that out. You can't do that anymore. RIP, release Ravenloft. Damn, SSG always taking away our fun. Over Strike Accord. Just for Thundersnow. It's just so you can have access to Thundersnow. I use Strike Accord because I use Strike Accord in between each attack. So it's Strike Accord, then Shout, then Strike Accord, then Greater Shout, then Strike Accord, then, Shout SLA, then Strike Accord, then Thundersnow, then Strike Accord, then whatever it is.
Is the smashed remains of a moldering cake. Its sickly sweet smell permeates.
Alright, I don't have True Seeing, but fortunately, to get into here, you just kind of search, and then you're all set. You can search this no matter what. You don't actually need True Seeing for that, which is nice. However, same thing as before, kill the wraiths first. Die, Forsaken Wraith. You're not going to get my spells. Oh, you almost got my spells. There it is, Spectral Strike. See the sword that's spinning? Right? It's going to eventually drop on me, so I block. Boom. And I take no damage, and you see that little blue shield come up. So you can do that as well. Need ethereal? Well, if you can let me know where I can get an ethereal item that requires no farming, I will gladly take it. But as I said before, farming is boring, and I don't want to do farming. First little trigger them yesterday during a run, nearly died, would have been rough. I don't like people dying on a hardcore party. Oh, 100%. Well, it was, so that room, it was last hardcore league. There was somebody who, I guess maybe they weren't paying attention. I don't know what happened. But we were like, yeah, hug the left, everybody, hug the left. They late joined the dungeon. Or like they were behind us. We're fighting oh, Gracious the Fallen Hero.
Suggests the author is none other than Strahd himself.
That's so good.
Oh,
yeah, buddy, let's go.
I can't wear them yet because I need the fortification, but conveniently, my new chest piece has fortification on it. And con 6. And these bracers, very conveniently, have insightful con 2. And strength 6. Isn't that nice? And insightful PRR and stunning. Stunning, which is an effect I will have soon. Very cool. Love it. Shoot, that's really good. Anyway, what was I saying? So yeah, so we're fighting the hags. Guy comes around the corner, doesn't hug the wall, aggroes all the vampires. We kill the hags. He comes into the room right as the hags die, and then the guy, there's a video of it because it was a clip, ignores the hags and beelines for the chest, and then is like clearly, visibly on stream, like on the video, looting the chest as the vampires come up behind him and just one tap him. And if they had just been engaged in the fight, they wouldn't have died because we would have been able to help them quick enough because they would have been moving around. But it was because they came into the room, beelined for the chest, and ignored helping or doing anything and just insta-popped. Which sucks because they were like a level 30 on Reaper. Like they're level 30 on hardcore. It's like, dude, you should be, should pay a little bit more attention than that. Okay. This quest has like one scary monster in it. It's called the Blue Abishai. The Blue Abishai is scary because it casts physical damage spells. Physical damage spells hit your physical resistance rating and also are hard to block. Forgot to talk to Baron. So you want to be able to deal with that. Yeah. I feel bad. I don't know. I can't remember their name, but I feel bad for them because they just like booked it in for the loot. As an important note, we had only killed the main hag. The second hag was still alive, and we're still dealing with methods that were in the room. So, like the daughter or whatever, or the other hag, was still alive. So it's not like the fight was over. They were still fighting in the room, and they brought monsters in the room, and they died. It was like, oof.
According to Lady Fiona Voctor, this secret passage leads straight to
yeah, no one felt bad we couldn't do anything. Yep, because the shop explodes and then everybody takes damage. So this is why you carry a Barovian weapon. The Barovian weapons are very good here because the monsters here, a lot of them are demons, and you need good weapons to take care of them. So again, beat them all up. I probably should have used Whirlwind Attack there as an opener, but I forgot and I didn't. Oh well. I'm clearing both these sides ahead of time because it's just a good idea. There actually is a skip you can do here if you happen to have other people. You cannot do it solo, but you can do it if you happen to have other people in your quest with you. That's actually not true. You can do it solo. I'm going to show you how to do it solo. Screw it. Okay, so Blue Abishai, as I said, the only dangerous monster in here. Ideally, I want to use my Execute to kill it, because if you don't kill it quickly, it turns invisible, and then it regenerates all its health and comes to get you again. So I should have saved my Execute for that. Double teleports. I'm just going for the Ranger. Important note about the devils as well. These things randomly target whoever they want. Okay, so I'm going to teach you how to do a skip here. This skips the Baron or the Ezek Strozny fight. Okay? Also, if you don't know how to solve these ones mystify you. You just run in a circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get all 5 points once and you're done.
This must be the dungeon under the
It is also obvious if you've ever drawn one out where you start at a point and it's only 5 lines to make the whole thing. It's the exact same problem.
I guess you are a metal robot, Strim, but why did you cover yourself in aluminium foil?
Because it's what I do. Alright, so we're going to tell Ezek Strozny that there's something going on in the basement, and he's going to believe me. However, he only moves if you can see him. So I say, hey, by the way, there's a secret passage. I'm now going to completely ignore him and run away. By doing so, he's going to stay up here, which is convenient because it allows me to do the skip. Again, I'm just showing you how to do this, so you can do it yourself in the future. It's easier if you have other people already doing it. Once you aggro him, or you talk to him, there is Lady Watker, and these extra symbols appear. You can come to the north side and pull this. Again, you just run on all of them in a circle. And then you can go to the south side and do the circle over here. That's what's going to unlock this blue barrier, so you can escape. Important note, if you have other people in your party, you can have one person go left into the manor, one person just stay up there and one person just stay down here once it's all clear.
On the shelves here have a range of grim and horrifying
And then they can
items.
immediately just drop it right away.
Collection for someone who consorts with
And then
literary
once it's down,
giants.
those two people who are down here can just walk forward, and then they will go and walk past Fiona Watker. While you are bringing Ezek down. Now, I'm going to be bringing Ezek down here. So you're going to see him just running down in a second. You're going to be mad. And I have to slowly drag him all the way down here. So come on, Ezek. I'm so glad that the bodies disintegrate, because I'd have to explain why there are bodies here. Perfect. So he should be pretty good. Again, as long as he can see you, he's going to keep walking. So once he starts walking, that's when I'm just going to run through. Perfect. So when he gets here, he's going to confront Lady Watker, and they're going to have like a bit of a dialogue, and she's going to summon like a whole bunch of demons to fight. However, instead, I'm just going to do this. So you're going to see the dialogue is going to come up. And they're going to start fighting, but I don't have aggro. So there's the dialogue, there's the fight, but I'm skipping the entire thing. I don't need to care about that. It's not important to me. Also, what's up, Alchemical? How are you now? And that's how you skip that. Alright, Blue Abishai. Execute, so it dies. I did not manage to kill it, so go after the other Blue Abishai, I'm afraid. I can break the fear. I can't break the fear. Thought I could break the fear with Second Wind. Apparently you can't. Good to know. Also, what's up, Royal Tekin? How are you doing? Anyway, that's how you do the skip solo. You can skip that entire fight. And if you have other people with you, it's way faster than whatever it was that I did. Oh yeah, also Ezek dies, he loses to all the monsters that are over there, which is convenient because I don't have to do anything and I got free XP. Oopsie. Was there a lore reason that there is a D-Door block in this quest? No, it's because if you cast Dimension Door, you do things out of order, and it bricks the whole thing. The quest can't be done. So in a lot of quests, pretty much every quest where there's a D-Door block, it's usually for story reasons. Like casting Dimension Door breaks the quest pattern. It's like where you're supposed to do A, then B, then C. And you can't just skip to C and DDO. That's not how it works. You have to complete every quest objective to complete a quest. And so that's why that's there. Now we get the key, and I'm almost done. So this quest is very annoying. It can be quite difficult for many, but you can just kind of just jump past it. Oh, somebody else got their favor reward. Yay, congrats. Good job, team. Also, Linda died to a node-born water elemental. Temple of Elemental Evil can be difficult if you're not prepared. Also, I don't know which one of these guys just dispelled all my magic, but I think it was the Renegade Summoner. Goodbye. Execute. Oh, Dispel Magic's going to be really, really bad for the final part. I have potions? I have potions. We're fine, I guess. This Amber Temple's annoying without SP buffs, but we'll be okay. Annoying, but not impossible. Oh, there's also Ernst, who is somebody you can aggro ahead of time if you happen to have the ability to pick locks, which I did not. He's in the first room. You can, like, convince him not to fight against you, instead fight with you against the lady. Anyway, she died. First quest doesn't help much. Dragon Mark. Uber. Yeah, but all it does is brick your quest. Getting ship buffs. I forgot to tell them till just now. Oh, that you joined for getting ship buffs? I mean, that's okay. I mean, unless the guild is not okay with people joining just for the ship buffs. Also, here, you always kill the Baron because he's a bad guy. Both Lady Watker and Baron Velakovich are both bad guys. You learn this if you actually do this entire quest, and I highly recommend it. The story is really good. But, yeah, they're both bad guys, so you just kill them all. You get more XP for that, and it makes you feel good. Right here. You know, you feel good right here. Right here. Twist Hollow Cloak. It's the transmutation focus item. It's funny. If the epic version of this cloak had transmutation and insightful transmutation focus, this would be an amazing item. But it doesn't. It has transmutation quality transmutation, which means it's useless. Yep. Is the Horde chest buff in this racial ancestry used by people, or does the buff not really matter? I don't think the buff matters anymore. There was a time where it was pretty good, but I don't think it matters now. Tendon slice on goggles? I've never seen that. Very cool. I go about spell magic being a problem, but what magic are you using on a fighter? So in House Fjarlin, you can do quests to unlock their favor, 75 favor, and then they will cast a bunch of long-lasting spells on you, which is very cool. Like resist to all the different energies, you know, spells that increase your wisdom, your intelligence, you know, Cat's Grace, Fox's Cunning, and all that. On top of that, as a fighter, I drink potions of heroism for +2 to all skills and saving throws. I use Anger Set for Expeditious Retreat. I use Wands of Shield for the shield buff. All of these unique buffs all get taken away when I get hit by Dispel Magic. And some of them have charges, so there's a limit on how many I can get with them as well, which is quite annoying. Where'd my wand go? There it is. Also, some people might not know this. You can sort either looking through your bags or the sorting list, where you can just sort by item category. A lot of people don't know this exists. If you need to search for something, you can just type in like, oh, I need lesser restore, lesser, and just put it on the all category, and it shows up everything that has lesser on it. So keep that in mind. Never seem to do anything, so I would know. Yeah, chest blessing used to matter. I don't know if it matters now. This is what happens when the developers are like vague with how the mechanics actually work in the game. You get people not using mechanics so they don't think it works because there's nothing that tells you how it works. So, especially when it's like RNG loot.
Hey, it's my troll-aversary.
Oh crap! Oh god, I got webbed right there. That was bad. Okay, this quest can be really scary if you don't have access to remove blindness, because there's a tower that constantly shoots magic at you. I'm going to show you how to avoid all the dangerous stuff about that. But Amber Temple, how do we get through this? Number one, you're going to always go check down here in this Undercroft. It's the first place you always want to go because the Undercroft contains the first password you want, which is Marak. You always want to get Marak first. Well, it's the one you get first anyway, but you want to get it as soon as possible because it opens up the rest of the thing. And there's 2 spots just down here. I just have you all the time. Also, Deadshot, welcome back to the stream team. Appreciate the support. Happy to have you here for 8 months. Thanks, dude. All right, it's not here. If I have to do this the slow way, I'll show you the location of every single password, I guess. And it's not here either, which means we are doing this at least partially a slow way. What's up, Sprinkles? How are you? Checks, will searching more than once help? No, it's not a roll. It's just a stat check. Every time you search, it just applies your search skill against the DC. There's no rule. Important note about this quest, you want to make your experience easier. Always, when you're fighting monsters, especially in this quest, make sure you're killing things as you fight them. Because if you don't, the doors will lock if there's too many monsters. All right, so now we got Marak. Perfect. So now I have to get upstairs. We're going to do this the quick way. All you need to do the quick way is have access to lesser restoration. I would recommend you have Dimension Door because this staircase is really scary. But important note, these black spots are where the sun blasts come out. So that's what blinds you and does the most damage. Don't touch the black spots. Don't take the sun blast. You'll notice Rahadin sort of also does that. Whoop. There we go. So avoid the dark spots, because that's where the blasts go. Do I have to fight these? I don't think so. Anyway, I definitely need to fight these. Yeah, I have to fight all that. They're coming. Oh well. Flame Skulls are the most dangerous things in this quest, so make sure you fight them first. Also, prioritize champions over non-champs. No, stop killing my hireling. Tanya, live. I got you, Tanya. Ooh. Okay. All right, so now I want to get over here. The problem is this floor is going to break. How do you get across? You hug the wall. If you hug the wall, the floor actually doesn't break. It breaks if you walk in the middle. It also breaks if you jump. So if you hug the wall, you don't have to worry about jumping. You don't need featherfall or jump. You can just walk right past. This floor breaks if you jump, so don't jump on that floor. And kill the flame skull, kill the ghast, and we're all set. Now I can drag my hireling with you, or drag my hireling with me, and we have Death Sled. What's up? Okay, now the reason why I'm doing it like this is because every single one is going to start like this. Now that I'm here, I'm going to open this door, and we're going to find this lich. To help out this lich, to give us a password, we need to cleanse its affliction by using, boom, restoration. Any restoration will work, so lesser restoration is good, but not heal. You ask him for the library password, and he gives you Mavris, which is very convenient. Now there's a secret door here that you can get past if you have search. I don't, so I'm going to have to go in the front door, and I'll show you how to get in if you don't have search. Remember, I'm a fighter, so there's a lot of things I can't do. Again, this floor breaks if you jump, so don't jump here. And then again, don't jump here and fall down. Gonna go down here, and we're all set. So this password is Mavris for this door. And now that I have it, I can come in the front door. All right, now I talked to Madame Ava. She's going to tell me where my fortune is. You always have to come here, so you might as well do this first. I see a vault secured within the earth, guarded by amber, duty, and fire. Beware the coward. A vault beneath the earth, I believe, requires Eterna for this one. And also, oh no, a raven was slain by a twig blight. Or a vine blight at level 26. Damn, dude. Level 26 just went down. That sucks. Yeah, so I believe I need Eterna, and the password is up here. Or the area is up here. So to get Eterna, you can only spawn in a few places, so I'm going to show you where it spawns. First, I'm going to kill this wizard. Get him out of here. And bring my hireling to me, just in case. You never know when you get paralyzed. It's going to happen every once in a while. Yeah, it's huge. That sucks. Dying at 26. Ugh. So you can come in here, make sure you have magic missile protection before you run into a room full of flame skulls. Just flame skulls in here. Say someone died at level 24 or 26 yesterday from falling. Oh, falling? That's weird. That sucks. It could be here. It's not here, so we're gonna, this is gonna be a long one. True, they didn't do the gear grind. I mean, they might have participated with other people on the gear grind, but still dying at 26 is rough. That's the scary thing about epics, is the monster damage goes up, so you can die, but you have so many more utilities to not die, so I don't know. Alright, so we need to go up there. And there is a possibility that Eterna is right there, but it can also spawn one other area. I'm going to check that one area before I go up, because I would hate to get there and then not have the password. So this room has a bunch of witches. You got to be really careful. I'm going to whip around the corner and start beating them up, because these guys have a lot of scary magic. I want to kill them as quick as I can. Spectral Strike, thank you, dude. Wait for that to block. Alright, cool. Now I crack this door. And no Eterna, which means it was the easy Eterna. Which, hey, that just means it's easy for me later when I go up there. So that's perfectly fine. Alright, same thing as before. I'm going to be running up the staircase. As a reminder, dodge the black spots. Alright, and we're all set. In here is going to be some flame skulls that will spawn. However, this entire floor breaks, so ignore them and go over here. You can wait for them to come out to get you if you want, which is fine. Just wait here, and they'll eventually come around this corner. And this is ideally what you want to do anyway, because you have to kill them or else the other doors won't open. But as I said, I can't go and fight them. Apparently, I don't have to. Oh, never mind. All right. Thanks, Flame Skulls. All right. And there it is. Eterna, the password that I needed. And I have to kill this guy. I forgot. Goodbye, Vilnius. Alright, so there we go. All the passwords acquired. I don't want to touch the odd necklace. I don't care about that. And Tanya's killing the flame skulls that came out to get me. Thank you, Tanya. And it's just down here. So this is unfortunately anything that requires a Therna are the long ones. So this one requires a Therna, and there's also the Builder, which requires a Therna. If you don't know Amber Temple that well, and you don't know your way around this place, I would recommend using the Amber Temple project. It is it's a DDO forum post, so you just Google Amber Temple project, it'll come up. And it's really useful for just navigating every aspect of the Amber Temple. It's really, really detailed. A lot of the information is also on the wiki, if you want to follow the wiki instead. But yeah, it's a really useful website, and it can be super helpful. And that's how you do it. There is technically a named item in here that I could do. I just don't feel like doing it by myself. Does Relentless Fury trait on items act like Rage, and so I can't cast? No. Relentless Fury is just 5% increased damage. That's all it is. So it's just 5% increased damage. That's it. It's actually very good because it is one of the few sources of increased damage dealt. It's only on physical damage, but it's one of the few sources in the whole video game that does that, making it actually quite good. Oh. Wow. Oh. Oh, wow. Seeker Deadly. That's so much better than my UMD goggle. Oh, wow. Cool. That's awesome. You gotta love it when you get an item that you need. Are they giving away quests again this Christmas? They have not said anything, and I would be surprised if they did. If they were going to do anything, I would expect they to do it around the anniversary, which is in a little bit. I don't see how people solo this game sometimes. I know it's doable. Strimtom does it all the time, but my country ass sucks. Died 3 times in this dungeon. Practice more than anything else. This entire session, the reason why it says recording up there, is going to be going on YouTube for people to be able to follow along and basically do a play along. So if you don't know where to go or what to do, you'll have some ideas as to where to go and what to do. But as I said, you know, not everybody has the same level of practice, so it might take you some time to kind of get to the point that I'm at, where I can just solo whatever I feel like it. Scary quests. I'm gonna do some of the ones in House J. I'm gonna avoid the beholder ones, but I think I can do Dreams of Insanity pretty easily. 19k. Sorry, Enemy Within, not Dreams of Insanity. The only thing I'm worried about at the Enemy Within is the Mind Flayers, but everything should be fine. So there's no Dispel Magic in here. There's also a bunch of traps. There's a bunch of traps in Enemy Within. Okay, I'm going to teach you guys how to do Enemy Within, which has a ton of traps on a character that can't deal with traps. It's in DDO. Yeah, you still got owned by a couple of traps in Dark and Darker. When we turn a corner, and then I hear the "Ah, God!" the scream. Yeah, it's okay. They happen. Prosper planning produces prestige. Is that the prosperous plan or proper planning produces prestige? Is that the how the old saying goes? Hey Shrim, what are your thoughts on 18 Wizard, 2 Rogue, EK, Pale Master, Single Woman Fighter, Shader, Kai for Hardcore? Do it. Those are my thoughts. I'm currently playing that on the regular server, and it's very fun. Alright, load it up. Alright, hello, Annabelle. This quest is annoying because you have to collect the second option, then the second option. Very annoying. Alright, so you want to know where traps are to prevent yourself from dying to traps. There are several random traps in this quest. So, how do you prevent yourself from dying to random traps? 1, know where all the random traps can spawn and avoid them ahead of time. And 2, even more importantly, something I've been stressing for 1,000 years, and I'm going to say again, have a heavy shield in your inventory. Large shields and tower shields give you double physical and magical resistance rating when running through a trap. Okay? So, if you're a rogue with evasion and really high reflex, don't do this. But if you're an artificer who's clunking around with your medium armor or your adamantine plating, throw in a shield before you run through the trap. If you can't disable it, or if you're a cleric, or a favored soul, or a fighter, or whatever. Also, this quest is full of ice undead, so my weapon is very, very good here. So usually dealing with undead can be quite annoying on a melee because you have to deal with like the fact that they're critical hit resistant, but not for me because they're ice undead. So they take hella extra damage from fire, and they take the holy damage, and they take the undead bane from the Barovian weapon, making them highly vulnerable. That's great. Big fan. Oh, also, these squares. So you'll notice I walked to the side of this. If you ever see a square tile like this, it's always a blade trap that's always going to kill you. Please don't step in the very obvious blade traps. They are always like that all over the entire video game. It's always going to happen.
Call an ambulance, but not for me.
I've heard that quote. I don't know where that's from. I haven't seen the
Not
clip.
sure if orbs operate the same way. Also, if you are a druid, make sure the shield is not made of metal.
Yes, you have to get a wooden shield. Fortunately, most shields are commonly wood. All right, so up here, there's a trap that goes off. How do you avoid the trap? Pull the lever and run away. Run.
Keen ears detect grinding
Whoop. See how long that was?
gears,
You have lots of time to run.
ratcheting into position.
Smash all these guys. Get out of here. Skeletons. There are a couple of traps in here that are kind of spooky, so you will need to have cold resistance to get past them. But nothing should kill you, even on the squishiest of characters. I've done this on, like, First Life Warlock on Hardcore League, where everyone's too scared to pull the levers. Run down here. Smash an AoE. You'll notice I'm always using Opportunity Attack first. It's because Opportunity Attack gives 20 melee power, which is a lot of melee power at this level. So I always want to open with Opportunity Attack if I can. Could be a possible blade trap here. There is a blade trap. Again, time it. That's all you gotta do. Just time it. There's a reason why I stopped in the middle and then waited. The door in this room doesn't open until you kill all the undead. There's also a skeleton up here. Try to kill the spellcasters first, because they can be kind of dangerous. Also, this is where I start considering buying a swiftness augment. An augment of swiftness is a attack speed, movement speed augment for level 20. And it gives you basically the effect of haste all the time. You can find them in game, or you can get them out of the DDO store. My brain is like, swiftness augment. I do want one. Alright, time to clear these two sides. So the floor can break. How do I check? Jump, feather fall, go across. By feather falling close to the center, if the floor did break, I would immediately find myself grabbing the ladder. That is to get out of the trap pit here. And it is a trap pit. It is a pit with a lot of traps. And ignore the trash and go for the skeleton mage. Why? Because the mages are way more dangerous. And so you want to make sure you're keeping yourself alive and protecting yourself. Also, Tanya got all her mana back, and I don't know how. Again, see this square? This is a trap. It's going to kill you. Don't be a fool and step in them. If there's a square tile in DDO like this, it's always a trap, and you're always going to die. These are here. They are in the Cult of the Six. Not Cult of the Six. What's the quest I'm thinking of? Inferno of the Damned has those types of square tile traps. They just kind of get you. Just be careful about that. That's all. Yeah, so don't get killed by these, please. When that happens, everyone laughs. So keep that in mind. Okay, so there's a cold trap on this lever. How do you deal with it? As I said before, the exact way that I said. You just want to pull it and run away, but have your shield on, have your cold resist. Boom. And look, there's no cold trap. It's random whether there's a cold trap there. Same thing here. Is there a pit trap? It's random. Jump. And grab the lever. Or grab the ladder like that. Just be close to the centers. You can always grab it. So you'll notice that there's always a chance for me to hit the trap. But as long as you're prepared, you're never going to get hit by the trap because you know it's coming. And that's really the answer to most things in Dungeons & Dragons Online, as we talked about. The trick to doing well in this video game is just being prepared, knowing what's going to come up ahead, and then planning accordingly and acting accordingly. Because if you don't know what's coming up ahead, you're going to get killed by something that you weren't expecting, and then you're gone. Now, that does take out some of the magic and mystery of doing well in the game, of like, well, if you just have to know what's going to happen ahead of time. And I can kind of see where that perspective comes from, because obviously it's really fun to experience stuff for the first time, for sure. But thanks to the reincarnation system, you are going to be experiencing things many times over, and so preparation can help. I'm not saying you should DDO wiki every quest before you do it. I'm saying just, you know, try to prepare for the worst outcomes. If you're in a quest and you've never done it before, just after you pull a lever, run away. You know what I mean? Just book it away. Jet Black Strimtom hoodie looks nice. Oh, it won't arrive for the holidays? Oh, yeah. I mean, if you order today, nothing. Pretty much anything you order today is probably not going to arrive for the holidays. Amazon does, you know, and all these other delivery services, they do get slammed at this time of year. Oh, there's a bunch of stealthed void mines in here. I just wasn't fighting them because I can't see them. Important note that a lot of these quests are going to take a little bit longer than usual. That's because if you are not soloing, you can send one person left and one person right at the fork and kind of split up your work. All right, same thing here. There could be a cold trap, pull and jump. There is a cold trap. It hit me twice. So, you know, it took about 100 damage out of me. If you have half as much health as I do, I failed my trap saves, you'll take about 170 damage probably. Or like half as much defense, so 170. At this level, you should be able to eat 170 damage pretty comfortably. Make mention. Your chat appears on screen, so I don't have to. Now you did it for me. Oh ho! Outsourcing your work, dude. That's what it's all about. Farming Sanctums is fun. What build are you playing again? I pretty much entirely stopped doing Sanctums when the final boss broke for me. Oh, explosive arrow totems. Oh, the thing that's like 70% of the league right now. Dancing. Ooh. Damn it. Stop making me dance. I am the lord of the dance. Fortunately, my hireling isn't subject to the shenanigans of dancing. I'm doing first floor, though. Oh, yeah, I'm trying to beat the whole Sanctum. And my game glitched out. So I was doing tier 16 Sanctum. And there's an extra boss fight at the end of the Sanctum. And I go in. I get instantly killed because, as it turns out, the entire Sanctum doesn't matter what your defensive stats are. So you can be like a 1 HP Andy and just have like straight up 1 hit point and beat it because you just need to make sure you're not getting hit. This all goes into resolve. And then the actual final boss hit me for, what, I have like 7,000 HP and tons of like, all my resistances are capped, and I have like a bunch of physical mitigation and everything else, and just straight up one-tapped me. And then also, I had to reset my client. I couldn't leave. It didn't, there's no menu, no nothing. I just got stuck on the ground, and I had to reset my client to actually get out of the fight. I like some aspects about Sanctum, but yeah. Could be a blade trap in some of these, not this one. Here? Nope. No trap. We're good. The builder starting, which is a Blade Vortex Occultist. The Blade Vortex Occultist is interesting. Why Blade Vortex Occultist? Are you doing physical to cold with Blade Vortex? Or is it the chaos damage? You're doing like a poison build? I'm curious. Poison Blade Vortex with occultist explosions. Yeah, with Profane Bloom, that makes sense. Go up here, because there's a skeleton mage. And always go for the skeleton mages. If you don't know where to go, get them. Yeah, I'm trying to make Volcanic Fissure work well. My first character I tried Chieftain, didn't love it that much. So I'm trying Raider this time. I'm going to be doing Facebreaker Raider. I was originally going to be doing the Open Palm technique, except Open Palm technique only gives you additional damage to melee attacks, and the projectiles don't count as melee attacks, so you get no projectile damage, which means it's just worse than doing like Open Palm technique Infernal Blow. There could be a trap here. There isn't. Good. So I have to actually do Facebreaker with the fist for it to actually work with the Raider. And then I'm using Rigwald's Curse so I can get all the claw stuff to apply, so I can do crit, Facebreaker, Raider, Volcanic Fissure. And hopefully it should work well. I was just mucking about with the path of building, and the closest I can get, or the highest attack speed without including multi-strike, is like 1.8 attacks per second. And I'm like, oh god, I really don't want to put multi-strike in this build, but I could. Because multi-strike is really good. Where are you? I missed the crescent somewhere, or the crest. Yeah, again, this quest takes a long time if you solo it because you have to split. There's a left and a right path. So obviously if you split up your groups and one person goes left and one person goes right, it goes much faster. But it is what it is. The animation commitment? Yeah, same here. That's why I wanted to go Raider, because I can get 7 endurance charges and always on Onslaught. So on top of like just getting regular amounts of attack speed on gear and other places, so I should attack relatively quickly. Ooh, treasure. And I don't really care much about the burning. So then the idea is... I got him. Then the idea is using... what was it? That skill gem that gives you increased elemental damage, but prevents you from using status effects. So I can do all fire. Oh, I'm stuck. Go, my hireling. Save me. Important note, if it's ever dangerous, I can always use Second Wind to get out of that. I was just waiting for my health to drop a little bit lower. Also, Feeble Mind blows, but you can get rid of Feeble Mind with lesser restoration. No, you can't. Feeble Mind, eh? That sucks. Did I get the crest? I don't think I picked it up, but I must have. I have 4. Okay, I did. I'm actually going to Frenzy and Endurance charges. I'll be using High Evasion Shield with Reckoning because it's Face Breakers. So the Face Breaker gives me millions of physical, flat physical. And then using Reckoning with Endurance Charge on melee stun. So if something hits me, I get a Reckoning, which then knocks out and gives me free Endurance charges. And I'm also going to be rocking that with Combustion, so I don't have to put Combustion on my actual gear set. So then I'll make it so monsters are more vulnerable to attacks. Elite Focus, thank you. Elite Focus. That should be good. That's the second build, though. Harbinger and Map Device, Harbinger Sextant. A lot of Harbingers. I actually got my first raw Divine drop of the League yesterday. It's kind of cool. Question on Fire Trap. But I don't have any cast speed, so the trap, dropping the trap would take forever. Again, if this guy Mind Blasts me and I fail my save, he can scoop my brains out. So that's one of the reasons why I was saving my Second Wind for this guy. All of the Mind Flayers, you need to be mindful about Second Wind. Or about Mind Blast. If they Mind Blast you, you just insta-die. Right. And now we just run to the end. Again, this quest can take a long time. It's just not really that long if you have like a group. Because with a group, everyone's splitting and it goes way faster. But it is what it is. Yeah, I've been running, what have I been doing? I've been running tier 16s with, also there can be traps in that hallway. There's traps here, possibly. Like so. I'm just gonna do that, just in case. So again, you just gotta be able to eat a single setup of traps. Okay. Oh, I can't get out of the Dominate. Interesting. And I'm blind now. That's cool. Auto's irresistible. Oh, this is bad. This is not good. That was bad. Oh, well, I'm alive. Apparently my hireling was out here getting beaten up by a single Deneth noble and losing. Death block protects you, yeah. And yeah, you can get eaten as a robot. But yeah, if you don't have death block, you just die. But yeah, I've been running Blight and Metamorph. And Metamorph has been crazy profitable. I've never run Metamorph before, but I was like, I'm a totem build. And I have really good single target. Like I'm playing a boss killing build right now. So why don't I get him? That's been good. Double shot for Haggle Bluff. Haggle Ring sounds kind of good. So I can put that on before selling stuff. More money. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to put this on over the protection ring because I don't even need it. So we're good. Do the Metamorph like one of the 4 maps. Honestly, same. Well, that's another way to scale it, is scaling the projectiles. I just think if you're scaling the projectiles, you're better off using, was it Magmatic Strike or whatever it's called? Oh, I don't want to sell that, and I don't want to sell that. These are 2 weapons I don't want to sell. I don't need that. Yeah, I want this one. Cool. So now, the way that my character is set up, especially with the additional money from selling stuff, I'm way ahead of where I would have normally been, which is nice in terms of the platinum. So now I'm breaking in like 21k, so I can refill all my potions really cheaply. And I'm about to take level 14 here, which is going to allow me to use both this new docent. So I lose a little bit of health from the vitality, but I gain the constitution. And then I get the Braces of Fallen Hero, which gives me strength and constitution, stunning, and quality physical sheltering. Plus it's mythic 1. All very, very nice. No, not paladin. Where's the fighter guy? Guy. And on Bloody Face Gray. And I actually don't remember what I was playing. So just let me check my own file that I used. For solo fighter build. Stream, now that offhand versus change, do you think EKP Master is better as a 2-handed build? It's still good as single weapon fighting, it's just not as good as it was. You just don't really need to take offhand versatility. I never thought, like, they did brick offhand versatility, but not the actual offhand weapon itself. Or like the single weapon fighting. You just change up how you play. Okay, so now I'm going to take Heavy Armor Champion for 12 PRR MRR. Because that's really, really good for Hardcore League. So let's take it. So I get 12 physical magical resistance rating. I get overbalance, so your shields gain on Vorpal, knock opponent to the ground. I don't really care too much about that. So I'm going to take that later. I'm going to grab this. This is what I came here for. Competence bonus to, not competence bonus to hit points, Constitution. There it is. The extra Constitution keeps me alive, so I'm at 600 hit points now in Heroics. Then I put on the defensive item for more Constitution, so I'm going to lose a little bit of health, but also gain some back, so it's kind of neutral. Then the Insightful Constitution here. So I'm at 616 hit points, 96 physical resistance rating, 55 magical, feeling pretty tanky right about now. So it's very unlikely that I'm going to die to anything, and my damage is also pretty good so far. So I'm feeling not too bad. Again, got lucky with the Bracer pull out of Ravenloft, but that's one of the reasons why you run those quests. It's because you give yourself opportunities to get lucky by pulling these items. I know, right? Isn't it cool? I'm a first life character, by the way. It's a good amount of hit points for a first lifer. Once I get the 3rd point in here for Hardy Defense, I'm going to be spending my points in Vanguard, picking up the shield specialization, the stunning shield, and I'm going to be going up here to get the combat style to melee attack speed, and then I'll be finishing off with Stalwart Defender after that. Which is pretty good. Alright. I'm going to refill my potions, and then finish off Ravenloft. Legion emblems aren't valuable right now, though, but legions are still valuable. Yeah, legions themselves are valuable. I was originally running Legion, but my character sucks at running Legion because my character is a totem build. So what are you going to do? From Eaters so far? Divine Shrines. I'm actually not running Eater of Worlds. I'm running the other one. I just hate the Eater of Worlds. I don't like fighting either the Eater of Worlds bosses. Like the Eater of Worlds or the Endless Hunger. The Endless Hunger is the worst boss in the game. I hate it. I never want to fight it ever again. All right. So now let's go finish off Ravenloft. I'm going to reset my house P buffs so I have them before I go. Is there any Dispel Magic? Not in the first quest, not in the second quest. Not in the third quest, and not in the fourth quest. So I should be able to get through all of them. Are you going to keep up with you on maps? I mean, to be fair, if you want, for this league, I can give you all the maps. I'm done. So I've done pretty much all the maps, so. The only ones I haven't done is finish off my Maven challenges for the extra Atlas passives. Because that's really annoying. I'm going to get my 6 link first and then go do that. Fairlin. Yeah. I'm going to get the 6 link and then go do that. Oh, Magma Brew did get a double kill. Maylor and Megiddo, or DDO. Rip. Hey man, the Magma Brute's a hungry. That's why you gotta be careful and Heart of the Problem. Important note, solo fighter, cleared Magma Brute, no problem. I just think make weird quality gem builds. Yep. Ashes of Stars is a very, very, very cool item. I just don't have one. I'm going to try to have a character that can keep pace with Mr. Cocaine-fueled rocket fuel. That's your goal, being as addicted to speed as you are. Oh, my totem build's not that fast. The one downside of playing totem builds in Path of Exile is that totem builds are slow. Wait, are you saying like Poison Spark, like Voltaxic Rift Poison Spark? Or is there a different way to poison your spark? Or are you talking about those gloves that allow your electric damage to poison?
Please, find the ingredients for the antidote and purify the wine. Stephanie begs. Our wine is the last drop of hope some people have.
Phantasmal quality at 50% quality is 100% conversion to Chaos and Spark. Interesting.
By mystic wards, she is completely absorbed by her task. Poisoning the wine.
All you need is an Ashes of Stars and an Enhance and you're all set.
The Martikov family makes its home in this part of the winery.
Also, you can backspace these doors or use QE, like the Find Item button, to actually see through them and to see if there's anything on the other side of these doors, which is what I should have done ahead of time. Interesting. In here, the druids are the most dangerous things, so you want to be mindful of them. However, the Vine Blights can knock you down, so you want to be careful about the Vine Blights. If the Vine Blights grab you and try to knock you down, you want to press block, and then they can't knock you down while you're blocking. Well, you probably also want Vol Spark too, right? Like you want Phantasmal Vol Spark, so you'll have to get the Phantasmal Spark, and then you'll have to Vol Orbit and hope you get Vol Spark. Or do you not even care about Vol Spark? Oh, can Phantasmal Gems? I actually don't know this. If the alternate quality gems can become Vol Gems. If they can't, then yeah, I'm definitely wrong. Yeah, so the druids are the most dangerous parts in here, so you always want to go for the druids first, because they cast Firestorm, which can be very painful. Obviously not to this build. My character's too tanky now at this point, and I'm basically just going through the motions and running through the game, because I don't think anything can kill me at this point, but we'll see. The monsters will try, and my hubris will get the better of me, and I will do something that's probably too hard. It shows your enhancement trees? Yeah, give me a sec here. I'm gonna clear... Actually, you know, I don't need to see to clear the rooms. There you go. There's my enhancement trees as of right now. By the way, if you want to download this whole build, I already posted some videos about this character build in terms of like the progression, and the entire build is in the description of the videos. So you can just check that out there. Oh, that's a good idea. I should get level 21 Divine Ire. Why didn't I do that? That'd be a really easy upgrade for me. this way. Thing after drinking a potion seems nuts. It's really great for self-healing. Because it just means that every potion I drink, like, look how much health I get back. A potion is 50 health. It's a lot. And I don't really take that much damage, so.
A cave leads down into the dark and the damp.
Victory Sculpt is 50 div investment, turns into a poison sparker. It's starting 20 days since I actually finished selling some items you've listed. There you go. I'm not even close to that. In terms of divine orbs, I have a total of maybe 3 divine orbs worth of currency. Maybe 4. Alright, now these oozes suck, so that's why I pull out the two-handed weapon, and I'm just gonna start cleaving them down. Splitting oozes, because splitting them means they take less damage to kill, and then they can break my weapon that I have here, as opposed to my actual proper weapon, which is important, because I don't want to break my weapon. I missed the brown mold. Strimtom, is Strim getting sick? Possibly. My roommate is very sick. But I'm pretty good so far. I'm not doing too bad. Right around the holiday season, I'm feeling alright. Feeling alright. Now, usually if you have Dimension Door, you would grab the mold and then Dimension Door out of here, which saves you a bunch of time and also means you don't have to fight any of this rabble. But I don't have Dimension Door because I'm a pure fighter, and I don't have Mikhail the Pies with me because I forgot to bring him. So I am, in fact, having to leave myself. 12 walk.
You found all the ingredients needed to purify the wine. Now to add the antidote to the large wine vats on the main floor of the winery.
I'll look this up. How much is a... I mean, I could probably craft it myself, but... Divine Ire. I'm level 21. How much is a level 21 Divine Ire? Nothing. Costs literally nothing, because nobody's using Divine Ire. Hilarious! I'm also not going to typical Christmas stuff this year. The side of the family all got COVID. Rip. Well, you know what matters is that as long as, you know, you can still have yourself a cozy Christmas, even if you're not going to visit your family. So, you know, buy some hot chocolate or something, or some candy canes, put up a couple extra decorations, maybe get the Christmas music playing a little bit earlier so you get to feel comfortable with what's going on. That's what I'd recommend. Just do something for yourself. On 7 belt, damn. Now, usually you would fight the monsters, but you don't have to. You can just run away. So, see ya. There's a front door over here, so I can just straight up run away.
With the druid poisoner taken care of, you rush to add the
If you do legions, you have to have barracks or spite for the poison chains. Yeah.
Poison clears and is replaced with the sweet smell of fermenting grapes. Thanks to you, the Wizard of Wines will produce one more vintage.
Well, there's not a lot of Divine Ire totems on here. Level 21. Damn, a 21-20 Divine Ire totem is 15 Chaos Orbs. Amazing. Problem is, it's just it gives you increased area of effect, which doesn't matter for Divine Ire. Yeah, because you want to get the ignite, yeah. Yeah, that's what happened to me, is I was like, I wonder if I should get Stormfire as a ring, because it would make all my shock damage ignite. Which might not sound like it really matters that much, like why would I actually need to ignite anything? And the reason is because my each totem does over 1 million damage. So the ignite doing 20% is not bad. It's, you know, it's not the highest damage. But that's not bad.
A strange rhythmic chant can be heard in the distance. You can't make out the words.
I said before, I deliberately set up my character so that I don't need to worry about what my helmet is. So in particularly scary maps, I'll actually just throw on 3 dragons as my helmet, and then my freeze will freeze everything. My totems freeze everything, and they can't be stopped. Unless there's like a stun immune map, at which point you deal with it. I'm looking up Path of Exile stuff, and I should be paying attention and giving impressive tips about this. But the tips that I have here are mostly the same. If you've been paying attention to the video for the most part, you would know like pretty much how I feel about most of these situations. You know, go and make sure you have a hireling with you at all times, because hirelings are useful, and there's no real downside to bringing one. Refill your potions before you go into quests. Have house P buffs because they're really useful, or cast resistances on yourself, because it might not sound like a lot, but minus 20 damage per spell cast is really cool when monsters cast a lot of spells. Yeah, the problem I have with that one is I tried using it, but then my totems die way too fast. My totems died way too fast with that.
Jump from stone to stone, blocking your path.
Yeah, I just want to get my 6 link so I can get concentrated effect on my Divine Ire totem. On my Divine Ire as well. Ooh, that'd be nice. 15 was excited, then remembered I don't have Sharn gear to equip immediately. Yep, that's Hardcore League for you. You level up and you don't have Sharn gear because you didn't farm out Sharn yet. You could. A lot of people do. A lot of people will actually take the time to farm out full Sharn sets in Heroics. Same with Ravenloft. They'll farm out Ravenloft items or Feywild items. It's an option. I don't usually recommend it, but you can if you want. That is something that a lot of people will take the time to do. I've said this before, and I will say it again. Farming items is boring, so I don't farm items in the video game when I don't have to. Spell power. Intimidation spots for 20 plus. Yep. Wait, but they both say alchemical bonus. They actually stack? Are you serious? Oh, don't worry, dude. If you think Chevron in Act 9 is bad, wait till you fight to the Depraved Trio. Yeah, the trick to Chevron in Act 9 is have maxed max lightning resist. If you have max lightning resist, it's not too bad usually. Days before airships. Just re-download airship. You know, took me a while to remember several buttons. Yep. I mean, to be fair, you know, airships are a nice bit of quality of life. They could remove airships from the game. I don't know how much of an impact it would have other than slowing down the early game a little bit. It wouldn't slow down the early game that much because people would adapt, but it would definitely slow down, like, you know, the menu ever you make a brand new character. But even still, it's not too bad. Every single hardcore league, we all start with 0 airships. The reason why I don't think they would ever get rid of that is because, one, people like having things in their guilds to kind of work towards, and so the guild airship is something where people can congregate and hang out and do stuff in their guild, which is kind of nice. It's like a special guild instance. And two, guild airships make SSG a lot of money because they're not cheap. So I don't think they'll ever be walking back guild airships.
The chanting grows louder as you approach the
Interesting. I didn't know that. Yeah, if your resists aren't capped out, you're going to start noticing that. You need all your resists to be capped by the time you start maps.
Ahead is a huge, looming statue. A statue you recognize as Strahd. The Archdruid shouts, "Do not let them disrupt our ritual."
This hardcore season, going for 3K favor. Do you have recommendations for quests that players should skip? Skip any quest you think you're uncomfortable with. That's my lesson there. Do every quest that you are comfortable with and you know, and skip all the ones you don't know. That should make it pretty easy in terms of which quest you're supposed to do. Oh, also, this guy summons more adds the further the fight goes. So don't do what I just did and fight everything at the same time, which is really stupid. Or, like, just kill him right away. If you do that, you're going to die. What you should do is kill all the monsters that spawn, so all these different monsters over here, and then keep hitting the boss. Then kill more monsters, then hit the boss. Then kill more monsters, then hit the boss. And do it in increments and steps, as opposed to just rushing him down and killing them all at the same time. That's going to be way more dangerous.
You examine the statue and find a hollowed-out cavity in the chest. A glowing green gem.
Kitty scares the hell out of you? What's Kitty? I don't know what that is.
The druid's dark ritual and recovered the magic gem. they
Ooh, a Hand of
stole
Knights.
from the
Perfect.
vineyard.
Can use that. Yep. Oh, Kitava. Gotcha. You're not good at ask someone to lead you. They can ask their buddies to help. Oh, 100%. The thing is, you might not have played in a long time Mantis Boxer. We're talking about Hardcore League. So on Hardcore League, you get rewards for completing a certain number of quests. This Hardcore League being condensed, you don't have to do as many quests as you normally do. But on Hardcore League, if you die one time, that's it. So I'm on Hardcore right now. If my character dies, that's it. One life to live. Got to make a new character, right? You got to do all in one go. So with that type of restriction, you can ask people for help, and that's definitely a good idea. But also, since you only need to get 3,000 favor, and there's over 7,000 in the game, right now I would recommend just running the quests you're comfortable with. It's not too bad? True, yeah. I died many times at Katava, dude. I was, learning that one was an experience. Wait, it was a cakewalk? Man, this guy's a gigakid. Now? Then give it a shot. It's free. Just log into hardcore today. You can do all sorts of stuff. There's like a cool... There's cloaks and horses and all sorts of things. There's the Dretchling pet for playing on Reaper mode. If you haven't played in a while as well, there's also a new difficulty setting called Reaper mode, which is the Dungeon Master is trying to kill you game mode. Pretty good. The best part about Hardcore League is that everybody from every server plays on Hardcore because it's a fresh server where everyone starts at nothing. And so you can play with people from every single server, which is cool for me because it means that there's lots of people who watch the live stream or watch the videos and they go like, oh man, when are you going to play on Sarlona? When are you going to play on, Orion? When are you going to play on Caneth? And I'm not going to do that. But if you come and play on Hardcore, we can all play together because it's a new server for everyone. So the Howlers here have a Sonic Blast attack that does high Sonic damage. If you don't have Sonic resistances, you will feel it in Heroics, so make sure you have Sonic resistance. Did a lot since you left? Yep, that's how video games tend to work. They update the game as things go on. When was the last time you played? I didn't see if you posted the year that you played. I can give you a TLDR on the stuff you missed. Oh no, Perdgeen died to lava. Well, it's a good thing I made their alt an officer today.
The freed raven flies off. The wards
also, when someone dies in hardcore, it tells the entire server how you died, which is pretty good. Yeah, they made a lot of really good changes to DDO. Like, as somebody who's been playing since the game has come out, DDO is way, way, way good. How much strike through? I don't know. Great question. Strike through is... that's melee combat. 140. Scarecrows. Yeah, telling you what. Oh no, I'm afraid of scarecrows. God dang it. I really like that fear immunity effect. Ugh, I'll get it eventually. Was he just trying to do this stuff minutes ago? Got me showing it? Possibly. I mean, I do play this video game a lot, and I do showcase dinosaur stuff. Isle of Dread is the most recent expansion, and yeah, I've been doing a lot of Isle of Dread over the past week or so. Yeah, it says I got 15-inch shader gray starter here, and a lot of it is better than what you have equipped. That's not sad. That's good. That's the advantage of playing Iconic on Hardcore League. You get an Iconic gear at level 15. So it's basically like a free set of upgrades, depending on your character. Obviously, if you play something that's non-standard, like an Intelligence-based Shader Kai, or, a Wisdom-based Razor Claw, you're going to run into some problems where you're not going to be getting the best gear possible, but for the most part, it's not bad. I like how I just get surrounded by these things and I just fight them all. Yes, fighter. Fight him, my fighter. Yep, because it's just crafting, so you can go get all the items you need. I missed one scarecrow. There he is. Hello.
Frantic cawing can be heard from a large clearing past the ruins of the mansion.
And then just gotta kill this Flame of Belial. Wait till he gets just under 30% and execute. See ya. I love that execute ability. It's so good.
You can now make out a large area of open swampland to the southwest.
Back twice full more than one item from your character this season. Yep. Oh, 100%. Same here.
Loud caws can be heard from both the southwest and the south.
The first week we did so much item farming. Even though I was ransacked on chests, still just being the tank, loading in and trying to pull stuff for people. Help people with their quests. Yeah, so it can be a difficult battle to get the items you need. This is exactly the reason why I don't really recommend farming out stuff in heroic while you're leveling. If you find cool items, bank them and keep them. and then maybe in the future you go, oh, you know what? I pulled this cool. Do I have anything in my backpack that's kind of cool? Like I pulled the Twist Hollow Cloak, and you're like, oh man, you know, what'd be cool. Maybe I'll play like an alchemist in the future because they're like a transmutation character, and this is kind of cool. So you can bank this for your future alchemist. That's a great idea. But don't play alchemist and then try to farm out the cloak because you're just going to frustrate yourself with how long it takes to farm it out. So that's why I usually recommend, if you get the item, put it aside for later and then play with it later on the cool builds, as opposed to specifically outwardly farming it, just because some people are okay with just farming stuff. I'm a Diablo 2, refugee, so I played Diablo 2 for years, and then Blizzard stopped adding new stuff to Diablo 2, so I had to do something else. Now that Blizzard's adding new stuff to Diablo 2, that I can just play that again. Oh man, the Terror Zones? Oh, Terror Zones. But honestly, one of the best video games I've played this year is Diablo 2 with Terror Zones. Anyway, but so I don't mind the farming for the most part. But the reason why I say, in a little bit in DDO, like farming is boring, you don't really need to farm if you kind of just play to your character's strengths for the most part. Farming isn't really necessary, so that's why I usually don't say you need to do it. Oh, Ravenloft is awesome. Ravenloft is absolutely fantastic. Defense items since upgrading legendary is guaranteed. True. Yep. Yeah, Ransack really kills my desire to farm out a lot of gear, especially in heroics as well. I'm out of everything, so I am going to Shrine, actually. Usually I wouldn't, but I'm completely out of Haste Boost and Power Surge, so I want to have that for the final boss fight. It was on the install. When did they take over? 2017. 2016? I want to say 2006, late 2016, early 2017. 2016? 2016? I think it was 2016. I think it was 2016. Because if it was 2016, that means they would have been working on Ravenloft for over a year, which sounds about right. Because Ravenloft was November or December 2017. So, yeah, it would have been 2016 is when Daybreak took over. Because this game used to be made by Turbine, and Turbine was a subsidiary of Warner Brothers Games because they were acquired by Warner Brothers Games a long time ago. And so basically what ended up happening is the developers who were actually making the video games Dungeons & Dragons Online and Lord of the Rings Online were basically, the studio was downsizing those games because they didn't really care too much because Warner Brothers was shifting everything to mobile development and also other things like with their game Infinite Crisis, among other things. Con 6 Deadly 5. Whoa, that's a great item. Oh, Nelly, that's an item. That's an item for fighter. I'm ready to fight, dude. Let's go. Anyway, so they were shifting some stuff around, and so the actual developers who were working on Dungeons & Dragons Online and Lord of the Rings Online bought themselves out and made their own company, Stain and Stone Games. So they now Stain and Stone Games, who is the developers who were working on the project, own the license to continue making Dungeons & Dragons Online and Lord of the Rings Online, and that was in 2016, and they are now being published under Daybreak. So DDO is still being made by the same people, but in terms of the people that have been making it for a long time, I mean, obviously turnover is a thing, so it's not exactly the same people, but it was the same developers, but they just no longer had to be under the thumb of Warner Brothers and doing everything Warner Brothers wanted them to do. And you can see the changes like almost immediately in how a lot of things were handled within the game.
Perched on a snowy hillside, at long last, your journey has brought you here to a place of
overall, management understanding of Stone Games has been good in terms of the types of content we've gotten and the changes they made to the game. There still are some things that aren't perfect, so I'm not going to tell you that everything is amazing. A lot of the most recent content has been like a little bit rushed and has needed patches or not a little bit rushed, very rushed, and has needed a lot of patches to actually fix it and make it better. The thing is, once the content is actually out and actually done, it's usually very, very good. So I hope they can kind of pump the brakes a little bit, and instead of releasing things that aren't done, finish the work and then release it once it's good to go, like the new archetypes. But yeah.
The legends say it blazed with a blinding light.
Fashion anti-fun mechanic it is. I feel like they should make it so that cleave effects would proc 2-weapon fighting offhand hits. They could. It would make those effects a lot better. I don't know why they don't do that.
Two strange creatures guard the entrance to the main hall of the Abbey. They watch you curiously as you
Oopsie.
approach.
Wait, did I not put on shield? I did not.
Door with the key.
Good brain.
Door open. See
ED
Abbott
revamp,
now.
hit point changes, and view changes. The entire endgame scaling system was pretty good. They revamped the scroll seal shard system.
Welcome, stranger. Let this be a refuge of
Yeah, there's been a lot of good
warmth and
changes.
light in a cold, dark world.
Says the abbot.
I think sentient weapons could have been done better. I don't think sentient weapons are the best for a lot of reasons. I like the ideas, like your weapon talks to you and it has a personality. I think that's really cool. The whole filigree system kind of blows, and the fact that there's nothing supporting the filigree system, like filigree organization, a bank that stores filigree specifically, so you can keep track of all of these things instead it's just one big pile, I think could have been handled a lot better. And also generally the amount of power the filigrees give, I think is disproportionate. Like filigrees and your sentient jewel are like one of the most important items on your character, which is kind of makes sense, but is something that most people don't understand because it's something you only engage with at 30. So it wouldn't really make a lot of sense why it's the most powerful item on your character sheet. Okay, I did take some strength damage. Pay attention. Keep the strength up. I'm at 36. Okay, we're okay. This is why I have the hireling. Strength damage bad.
Esmeralda looks up
Yeah.
as you open the door.
If your sentient jewel was just an item on your character that, imagine if your sentient jewel was an item slot on your character that could only be changed when you were like in town, sort of like a the fate spinner. You can edit it in town, but once you're in the dungeon, your sentient jewel is stuck that way. So you actually have to like make interesting decisions with that, but you can change up your weapon. That'd be kind of cool. Yeah, they made it so that instead of weapon swapping for the actual weapon, you just weapon swap for the filigrees. Again, so I think pretty much all of us are in agreement that, you know, filigrees not necessarily bad, but the system could have been done better.
Strange creatures burst from behind the doors, shrieking madly. Food so hungry.
Get destroyed, mongrel folk. See ya. And murdering Caster Sharati? True, yeah. Well, there was a time where Caster Sharati was better than it had ever been, and then they got giga nuked from orbit. Like, the biggest nerf I've ever seen in my entire life happened with the Epic Destiny revamp,
A hatch in one corner
where they
of the
nerfed
room
Sharati champion by
leads down into the
91%.
cellar.
It was definitely overpowered. Okay? I'm not out here defending the original, like the update 51 Sharati champion. Okay, that was definitely overpowered. I know that. You know that. We all know it was too good. Did it need a 91% damage nerf? I don't know. 91% should never come up on a piece of paper. If you're designing a system and you think you need to adjust it by 91%, okay? That means that you have made a lot of mistakes with your mathematics. Either your 91% number is too much, or you are really off base and you just find a better way to like recalibrate and check your metrics. How's Tanya doing? She's good. She's killing people. I think she's killing people. Is she killing people? Oh yeah, she's killing lots of people. So like, yeah, like there should never be a situation where you're off by 91%. That's too much. That's too much of a margin of error. But it was fun. Well, don't forget that combining the Sharati with release day cut the strings, where you could do 1,000,000 damage a second, and I'm not making that up, like the number 1,000,000. Oh. As I said before, I'm happy that they made the change and it no longer functions the way it functioned before. I just wish they didn't delete it from the game because I thought that the Sharati was kind of cool how it worked. There's like RNG element, but you know, it is what it is. Oh, good times. For those that don't know why it was so big, so cut the strings is an effect that makes it so that when you hit a boss with a spell or an attack, they take, I think it's 100 sonic damage. This scales either sonic spell power or your your melee or range power, whichever's higher. And so it didn't have a cooldown. So if you cast 10 magic missiles from the past life wizard, you would hit 10 times. So hitting a monster 10 times not only procced all your Shirati procs, which was a big deal, but also procced everything out of the or your cut the strings 10 times. But you would hit a monster with an Ash weapon, so they get their magic resistance rating debuffed. You would have the effect, you're a Fate Singer, so you already have the effect that makes it so monsters take 60% increased sonic damage. And then when you press these buttons really quickly, all of a sudden you cast one 10 cost magic missile, and you hit a monster for about 500,000. You just go, and just watch the damage go up the screen. It was really cool, but obviously broken. But again, 91% nerf. Like, fix the bugs, and then, you know.
Early in the morning during midsummer.
You don't need to nerf it by 91%.
The sun sword remains inert. There is no sound, but the water lapping at the edge of the pool.
Anyway.
Suddenly,
Yeah, it's just how I think about it. It's how I think about it.
A handsome youth.
Do you think Undead Parties got a lot stronger with Dark Apostate release? No, I don't.
Sadness in his eyes turns to sudden
I think it
joy.
gives you cool alternatives.
Tatiana,
I mean, so do I think they got stronger? Yes. A lot stronger? Not really. Undead are really powerful.
let us be together at last. Irina gasps. Sergei, my beloved. Oh, we were to be
Hey, do I should walk around? This gives me time to drink water at least, because I've not been doing that enough.
Pool called your spirit to me. As she reaches for Sergei, she is pulled down beneath the rippling water and into her lover's embrace. You have never seen a happier couple as they begin to fade from view. For a moment, all is quiet. Then a peal of thunder shakes the land, and a deep, dark voice from beyond the mountains cries out.
She is mine!
A dark figure appears.
I
near
failed
the
my intimidate
shrine.
check.
She's escaped.
Alright, now come here, Tanya.
To where I cannot follow.
Cries Strahd.
I just need Strahd to come here.
Helped her. We'll make you suffer for that. Don't make the
So
mistake.
basically, you need to get Strahd in the water, and Strahd has a lot of problems where if you have Esmeralda Davenier, he just won't come in the water, and you can't kill him. I think eventually he will come into the water after a long enough time to exposure. Although I don't know what he's doing now.
Strahd winces as he enters the
There we go. Stay out of the circles, because they kill you when they explode.
Gleam in her eyes was like
There we go. Goodbye, Strahd.
a still pond.
What a guy. Hey, what's up, Tobiano? How are ya? How was your day going? Yeah, they need to, like, get rid of the Esmeralda NPC. Basically, she takes aggro on Strahd and you can't get her off. If you have Intimidate, you can intimidate Strahd away. I just didn't level Intimidate on this character.
You are trapped here. Just as
That's what they
I
need to do. Fortnite's nerfed days later. Glad it's gone. Oh, yeah, me too.
I can watch your dreams die slowly.
With that, Strahd vanishes with the wind. For a moment, you despair at being left behind in this dreary, defeated land. Then, without warning, the sun sword blazes forth with a warm, bright light. You pick up the sun sword. The instant you touch the hilt of the dazzling weapon, you realize that this is the weapon that could
Talisman.
slay Strahd.
So usually I would go to the beginning and, like, farm out the items out of this quest, because a lot of the items are really, really good. But I don't feel like it, so I'm not going to. But I could, but I don't feel like it. Some Christmas preparations? Oh, nice. There you go. Gotta prep for the holidays. Gotta get ready. It's only 6 days away to Christmas Day. And 5 days away till Christmas Eve. And a few days away from the day before Christmas Eve. Whoa. It's exciting, isn't it? Yeah, I know. I know. It's just creeping up on you. I can't believe the year is over. This year went by very fast. I'm not exactly sure how, but it just went like... Which is why I'm really glad that you guys make clips of my channel of me doing stupid things. Because if you didn't, I would forget half of the things that happen. So thank you to all the people who clip me saying dumb things and then, like, constantly bring them up to remind me of the dumb things that I say and do. I'm going to take the XP here because I need to get a little bit closer to level. Because there's not too many quests I actually want to do at this level.
Hey Strim, Brian
Hey.
here.
What's up?
Only a year and 6 days to Christmas 2023.
Wow. True. And then we'll have Christmas again, and again, and again. There's this. Okay, what the hell is this clip? This is from a few days ago, and I don't remember it. It's a problem I've talked about extensively with the Lord of the Rings Online. One of the main problems with that game is that a lot of the players that play it are garbage. It's a problem I've talked about extensively with... It's such a bad clip. Oh, no. Oh, it's such a bad clip. Whatever. I did say it. There's missing context. There's missing context. What happens if you jump off the ship? Nothing. You either show up in the harbor, or you, like, at the docks you get washed up, or you show up in the marketplace because you fell off the airship. Anyway, let's do an element of chaos. This quest is very, very, very dangerous. I would only recommend doing this, especially on Hardcore League, solo, if you have other people with you, and have people who can heal you quickly. There's some lightning water that is very dangerous in this quest. Why so bully? Okay, so the context of that clip is that it can be difficult to design around the end game because a lot of the players are not very good at the game because the game doesn't require you to be. Okay? And so the context of that is that it is an unfortunate reality that because the game never challenges you along the way, like the game is never hard, but the end game is actually pretty hard. And so you have to like suddenly learn how to play the game in a very difficult capacity while never having been taught that the entire way through. But the secondary problem of that is also a lot of people that play the game The Lord of the Rings Online play it because they like The Lord of the Rings. They like the story. They like adventuring through this grand and open world, the world of Tolkien brought to life before their eyes by the artist at Standing Stone Games. And the game is really, really pretty. But that being said, then that lends itself to the unfortunate part where a lot of people are really bad at the game. So did I call a bunch of people garbage at the game? Yes, but that's because a lot of people are, because you never ever need to be not garbage at it. Most characters you can get through pretty much every fight in the entire game by just straight up like running at the monsters and pressing 1 or 2 buttons on your keyboard. So you never need to get better. So is it fair to say they're garbage? The people are fine. They're nice people. They're good people. You can say, you can say it in a nicer way and say, there's a lot of people that never need to learn, and so they never learn the skills. But I was feeling emphatic in the moment, and it's easier to say garbage. Garbage. I say that, did I also mean it? Yes, but not in that it is a bad thing. You don't have to feel bad for that. The game is wonderful, and you never need to engage in the harder content. SSG has been traditionally very bad at convincing people they should engage with the harder content in The Lord of the Rings Online. One of its major faults. The reason why the endgame community is so small and shallow is because most people never even get to that point. They don't get put in the endgame pipeline. They only start doing endgame either because they hit the level cap and they don't know what to do with themselves, or they're used to playing other video games like Lord of the Rings, or not Lord of the Rings, like World of Warcraft or Final Fantasy XIV, and they go, okay, what's the endgame now? Because they know that's the thing. Oh, Gold Roll needs doing? Oh yeah, I gotta do that. Think they're gonna have an expansion sale anytime soon? They just did with Black Friday. So I would guess if you want an expansion sale, wait until... I forgot to pull a lever somewhere. Which one did I forget? Second one? I thought I did it. Anyway. If you want an expansion sale, probably wait till the anniversary would be my best guess. That's in February. Oh wait, what's this clip? It's not great. The best part about this is part of 2 different sets, which is really where the value comes in. Yeah, there's a couple of crazy items. Yeah, there's some bracelets of subtle life, which are also very, very nice. Because it's got the insightful sheltering plus ghostly. What's going to happen here? Most of these things can be augmented now, but still, it's good for leveling.
caverns.
Is it better with having to click on the mushrooms? Dude, it's a million times better than having to click on the mushrooms. I don't get it. What's this clip? Like organs. It's rich. It's really long. And nothing's happening. I am bored. Eyes. My attention span is gone. Sorry, attention span's gone. Clip's not good enough. I don't know what happens in this clip. Oh, the missing reward. Oh, that's like the very last second of the clip. Oh, yeah, I got you. I got you. I got you. Okay, slads here are very dangerous. When they hit you, they can knock you down when they hit you with rocks. So don't be here by yourself. That's very, very important. But also, there's lightning traps. The lightning traps are also really dangerous in here. So you want to avoid all of them. Also, the water is lightning. Also, the ice makes you slide. This is just a really bad quest to solo, by the way, and I would never recommend it if you are unfamiliar with this one. Do it in a group, do it over level, but don't do it on level solo unless you know what you're doing. Again, same thing here. You'll notice that the water is lightning. It hurts a lot. If you try to jump here, be careful of this ledge. If you hit it, it'll bounce you into the water. So you don't want to have that happen. Again, the water, really, really dangerous. I just got hit with fear, so I'm going to pull my hireling to me so I can deal with the fear. I'm going to block until it's over. It's over, so I'm going to start AoEing these guys. Same thing, acid trap. Wait for the acid. Go. These traps, by the way, in this one, it's not like a secret. The traps are in front of you. It's not like, oh, the traps are going to sneak up on you, be careful. No. They're all in front of your face. You can see them all really easily. Just be careful. Don't run into the dangerous stuff. And also, don't be like Tanya, and even though I'm telling her to come to me, she won't. She's just standing in the lava. Hilarious.
A menacing voice seems to echo from everywhere at once.
All right. Again, same thing. There's going to be a bad guy who spawns down here. You just want to stay up here and let them come to you. Because there's like ice, and it makes you slide everywhere.
Come, children. Time to feast.
Come, children. Time to feast. I just want them to come up here. I don't want to fight them down there. They will eventually come up here. Be able to invoke my wand of shield. Again, you don't want to fight them on their terms. You want to fight them on your terms. And these guys are dead. Thank you, Eye of Kithri.
You can feel the rumble of uncontrolled chaos within the Eye of Kithri.
I got nothing. That's okay. Sometimes that happens.
Better get the unstable artifact into the hands of Moorgrave University researchers.
Oh, what's this clip? You guys are giving me clips to watch. Only these two directions, it looks like. So this direction seems safe. Oh, my face. I love that. This direction seems safe. Instant death. Why did I have to say anything? Why did I have to open my mouth? That's so good. Directions, it looks like. So this direction seems safe. Why did I have to say anything? Why did I have to open my mouth? Good job, Strimtom. Good job. I love Past Me. Oh. Oh, beautiful. What a beautiful clip. Mwah. Instant death. Instant punishment. That's so funny. All right. Okay, I know who done it. All right, so this quest can be complicated. It's a lot easier if you have Detect Secret Doors. I actually don't know how to do it if you don't have True Seeing. But basically, if it's going to be Aethor Finkelberry, it'll always be him at the start. Like, it's like the first thing that happens is Aethor Finkelberry is responsible, which makes it really easy to complete this quest, because if you load in, you can just go check out everything near him, and if it is him, you'll catch him right away. Important note, some of the things are hidden behind secret doors, so I don't know. I think you can't do this quest if you don't have Detect Secret, or like ability to get through secret doors like True Seeing, but I'm not 100% sure. Anyway, we'll find out. Because yeah, I actually don't know. I think you can do it without it. Nope, I'm good. I actually don't know. That's interesting. We'll find out. Usually this quest is pretty simple. You're just trying to find all the evidence, but the evidence is usually pretty straightforward. Okay. So now we'll go over here. We're just going to aggro Aethor, which will stop all the kobolds from fighting me, which is convenient. So Aggro Aethor. Aggro Aethor, thank you. Or Aethor. Whatever. And it should be Aethor. The problem is, I don't think I can see the last piece of evidence, which is what kind of sucks. Because I don't have true seeing. But this kobold rats out Aethor. And this idol rats out Aethor. And I think that through this wall is a portal. Oh no, there isn't a portal through this wall. Convenient. Probably here then. Never mind. Alright, looks like it's not Aethor. Usually there's like a demon portal or something that's in here if it's him. And it's not here, so I guess it's not him. Which is very convenient. But you're basically just running around looking for clues. I have a cycle that I kind of go through, like a circle of where to go, when, and why. And you just kind of do it in an order, and you eventually get through it. The items in this quest are also quite good, so that's why I'm searching around as well. Now, there can be kobold footprints through here, so that's why I'm searching here. Also, opening this door would be very convenient. 12 is not high enough, though, so I can't. So getting the construction site's annoying. If you have true seeing, this quest is so much easier. There's like 100 secret doors in here. So, just keep that in mind. Yeah, very, very annoying. But what are you going to do? This is what happens when you don't have true seeing. We get true seeing. Where's an easy way to get true seeing? There's feathers. There's Dennis Derpinshire.
He's the only radiant idol you've seen around.
And now I have to check the two doors. This door here and the door at the other end of the hallway. This door should be openable with this lever. Because there are usually sacrifices that go on here. Okay, apparently I can't climb over this little thing. And there's no one here, which is odd. And then I want to go all the way over here, where there can also sometimes be trouble. The rest of these rooms have nothing in them. It's just these two. It looks like there's no one here. Nothing dangerous. Okay. This is unfortunate. You get scrolls, but UMD sucks. Yeah, I'm a Warforged fighter, so my charisma's a little low. You know, I'm trying my best. We're gonna try our best to get through this. Oh, I'm being chased. Apparently there's bad guys. Hey, you guys want to fight? The answer is yes, they do want to fight. Which is convenient, because I also want to fight. It's a match made in heaven. They want to fight, I want to fight. We can fight together. Right. Veteran's Diary, which is convenient. I'm going to end up, without having to detect doors, having a bunch of evidence against a bunch of people by the end of this, which is going to be very irritating. Yeah, this quest can just take a little bit of practice. Union member, you should join a union. That's message against Bernadotte. Then there's Clarissa evidence. There's a ledger. Hey, look, the ledger I believe is Danis. Yeah, so now I can accuse Danis right away. But I'm just going to, since I'm already here, I'm going to grab just a couple more pieces of intel while I'm here. Get out of here. Alright, so I'm going to go fight Danis, see what happens.
This ledger shows that Danis has been skimming funds from the construction project.
Oh, it's literally, it is Danis. I found enough evidence for just him. Cool.
Whoever they are.
I found all the evidence, which means it is definitely him. If you want to accuse somebody but you don't have all the evidence for it, it's not always going to be them, but if you find all the pieces of evidence, then it's definitely them every time. Danis Derpinshire, of course, is one of the main antagonists in the Sharn expansion, and this kind of goes into some of their plans ahead of time. He escapes. And that's it. Okay, this quest actually went way faster than I thought. I guess the answer is, when you have a quest where there's a lot of independent variables about what can happen, you know, just let things happen. Don't get too excited ahead of time. Nice. Now, when I get to level 15, I will be able to get a couple new things, new feat specifically. The feat that I'm going to be taking is Heavy Armor Master for 9 PRR and MRR. That actually makes a lot of sense, so that is what I'm going to do. Do I just do all of Giant Hold in one go at that point? I mean, probably, right? I don't really need to do, like, separate 13s and 14s. I mean, I probably could. Yeah, this is the downside about having just so many hit points. I feel like this character's too tanky now. Ooh, Scepter of Resonance. Like, I really don't know how I'm going to die in these quests. Huh. Well, you know, I can provide some excellent tips. But yeah, this quest can be a little bit difficult. It takes some practice, but once you get through it, you'll know how to do I Know Who Done It. Reading through the wiki helps out quite a bit as well, but also just experiencing it yourself and getting to know each of the different areas can be quite helpful. I'm going to do this one just because I think it's cool that this guy right behind him is an Undying. So here's an elf from the Undying Court. But this guy right here is a member of the Undying. So the Undying are they're undead, but they are wholly undead. So they're actually fully healed by positive energy and damaged by negative energy. They are wholly undead. They're members of the Undying. They're effectively resurrected to continue to serve their people. And I think it's very cool. I would love to see us get maybe Undying as an actual player race in DDO. I think that'd be kind of sick. But, you know, what are you going to do?
The
Right.
Eye of
Come here,
Eden is
Tanya
reported to be
Brightstone.
somewhere
I need
in
ya.
this network of
We're going on an
distant
adventure.
companions. Now the hunt for the artifact truly begins.
Now I have to make the decision whether I want to take the level 15 Favorite Soul Hireling, who is extremely powerful and good for damage,
Something
or I want to
pointed
take
to
the level
that
15
corner of the
Cleric
cavern
Hireling,
catches your eye.
who has Death Ward Mass, so I can get Death Ward on myself.
No doubt
Very
no
difficult
doubt
question. I do not know the answer to that one. I'm gonna have to figure that one out on my own. So my character's damage feels pretty good, especially for a first life sword and shield fighter. Again, I just love sword and shield characters, like running around with a sword and a shield at the same time. I think it's super cool. Too many games only let you use a sword and shield if you're a tank. They don't let you be an offensive sword and shield user. It's actually something I do like about Path of Exile, is that you can play a lot of offensive characters who
The
use shields.
rocky outcroppings here appear to be
You
sturdy
can have like some
enough
cool
to climb.
visuals. Oh, no, no. Oh my god. You do Relic. It's a nice one. Relic of a Sovereign Past. It's just really long. Like if you do it by yourself, it's like a 25-minute quest. It's you just run from one end of the dungeon to the other end of the dungeon like 3 times. Oh, that's what I was looking for. I was looking for one of these crests. There's several places where the crests can spawn. So up there is one of the areas they can spawn. Then there's the down here where the crests can spawn as well. There's scorpions, but you don't actually have to fight them. You can just ignore those. I'm gonna ignore that guy for now because I'll go back there. There's always one crest at the beginning where you fight the scorpions. So in this little alcove here, there's also always one crest down here. That's why I always check these 2 places first, because if the other crests happen to be along the way, you don't have to worry about it. Well, like exploring too many other areas. There could be a crest in the water, but there isn't. Purple Dragonite is a race? Yes, it is a iconic. It is like a person from a certain walk of life. It's a specific kind of human. Because the Purple Dragonites are members of the military of Cormyr. So you're a, you know, Cormyrian military person, as opposed to specifically being a regular human. Not that they're like anything that makes them different in terms of like, you know, their physiology, but just the background. The best way to describe it is like, imagine if like Shader Kai humans and Purple Dragonites are all humans. So you could technically just describe them all as like human and then have them be backgrounds, sort of like how there's archetypes. Should be an interesting way to do it. Okay, well, all right, go away, robot. I guess that's convenient for me, because it means I don't have to worry about fighting it right now. Gotcha. Posted something in the PoE channel? PoE channel? PoE channel?
A terrified scream
That's a lot of accuracy and physical damage with attacks. What the hell is this? What is this? Oh my god. What is it? What did you do? 38% crit chance, crit multi, 50% increased damage with bow skills, 32 elemental damage, max tier 1 accuracy, tier 1 physical damage.
You notice the motionless
Oh my
form of an
god.
elf crumpled upon the rocks
You
below.
just ID'd that quiver? Oh, I thought I felt good about the boots that I got. That I had tier 1 life, tier 1 on 2 resistances, and tier 2 move speed. But oh my god.
The rocks here look climbable.
Oh, uh-oh. Now you're going to get the low balls. Sorry, dude. I forgot that also by posting that, you're going to get low ball offers. That's the danger of the Discord. You never know when somebody's going to try to trade something for you for ITH-LF. Yeah, I have no idea. Low ball your ass. Yeah. The cost to identify. True. Is that even rare? You just found it on the ground. Okay, so how do you solve this puzzle? You can slowly and carefully try to figure it out. Or there's 2 solutions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2. Or 4, 3, 2, 1, 4. This there's several different setups. All of them can be solved like that. It's either 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, so left to right, and then the second one, or 4, 3, 2, 1, 4. Every time, it's always going to be solved by that, no matter what it has up there. So just keep that in mind. Yeah, I don't even know what you would trade for that. That's like an item. That's an item that if you're bored, throw in the guild stash. I'll get you a price. Don't do that. That's like an item where if you're bored, you're like messing around with POB, putting in like a perfect item.
Stream that entire time. Woot woot. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Hey, Mustang! Welcome back to the stream team. Appreciate the support. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Glad to have you here. Hope you're having a fantastic day enjoying the stream. And that's 2 years. Congrats. That's a big milestone. I think. I actually don't know if it's a huge milestone in terms of like something that you feel proud of. Because I'm just some dude on the internet. But I'm glad you spent that time with me. And to me, it's a big milestone. It means a lot to me. Which, again, depends on what you think about my opinion. That could be very little, and that is also okay, because I'm some guy on the internet. But, seriously, dude, thank you. I'm glad to have you here. Yeah. I don't know what you do with that. I mean, there is the possibility that you decide you want to make a bow build now. Oh my god, what an item. Sorry, I'm just fawning over this item that you posted. Richard, how much more often? 140 DC land over 125? Depends on the level of the content and what type of DC and the type of monster you're facing. The actual answer to that question, Float, no one, I don't know if anybody really knows. We don't have any way to like actually gather data. It's all just kind of feeling, so it's a lot of anecdotal stuff. You're definitely going to notice you're going to be landing a lot more, but the exact amount is not something I can give you an answer on. Yeah, like we just don't have the information as to how good it is. Like, you're going to be getting a huge increase from 100 to 110 on your DC, but 125 to 140, you know, that's just entirely a mystery. Ooh, Dex of Feather Falling. I already have Strength, and this gives me Feather Falling on my boots, which is very convenient. Then I can replace one of my rings. Sheltering Necklace. No, I'm going to take the boots, I think. Do I want to do Beautiful Nightmares? This is, like, mildly sketchy. Yeah, we'll do Beautiful Nightmares. That's good. This is worth losing 450 HP. It depends.
In the corners of your vision. What were you doing here again?
Like that in standard. Also, standard prices aren't really that great because of the whole inflation. Because remember, nobody, like the billions of divines isn't what, you know, because of the currency change. Standard, if I find that standard prices don't really mean anything.
When you touch the water in this fountain, you feel almost weightless.
Oh, also, hirelings really struggle to move around in this quest as well, so you'll constantly have to shove your, or like bring your hireling to you.
A pattern of glowing stones.
All right, so this puzzle, how do you solve this puzzle? This puzzle is very easy. You step on one corner to turn one off. You step on one corner to get the middle, and then again, you just step on one of these edges that does not connect to the middle. So step, step, and it's over. If you start walking around everywhere, it can be a lot more complicated, but at the start, it's only four buttons. Fair one, though, that's the thing. Yeah, that's... Oh, you can't even find a single comparable one that anybody is selling? It sounds like you might have a mirror to your quiver, then.
Oh, you're awake already? I had hoped
Start a mirror service.
osmosis would have a more lasting effect. I suppose I shouldn't be surprised. I did resist my initial compulsion to send you away after all. I suppose you
Yeah, but if you can't even find a single better one.
in the thralls of their sweet dream. There's no reason to lie anymore.
So good.
I am what you seek. I am the eye of Dal.
Alright, so here, you have to go all the way to the bottom and then climb your way out. However, important note about climbing your way out of this is that there's a lot of invisible walls that are in the way, and they only go away once the actual quest properly loads, like all the monsters load in. So you'll notice I just kind of fell. It's because there's an invisible wall that loaded in the way. Also, there's some weird loading zone here that every time I go through it, my game kind of hitches. I don't know what causes that, but it's at that layer. Also, I don't know what, but something here casts Dispel Magic, which is tragic for this quest because there's so much elemental damage. That's really annoying. I don't know what was spamming Dispel Magic, but something was. All my spells are gone. I love that. I could kill this, but whatever. And we're out of here. Hold my damage was slain by Black Wolf. Rip. Room full of quells? No. They use the same model as the quell, but these are actually Korai. So these are things that you fight if you do the Korai quests in the Inspired Quarter. You'll fight a lot of these. They use the same model as a quell, but they have very different texturing over top of them. So they have the same model and animations, but again, different textures in terms of how they look. And they all have different effects. So the different Korai, if they're like an acid one, they absorb acid damage. If they're a fire one, they absorb fire damage. If they're cold one, they absorb cold damage. Also, they dispelled my jump, which is annoying. Those bastards. Oh, wait, did my spells get dispelled? Oh, no, I don't think they did. I think I actually just ran out of time on my House P buffs because I wasn't paying attention to how long I'd been questing for. I think that's the more likely cause, just me not paying attention, which means I'm going to be drinking all of these elemental resistance potions to protect my character, because that's a good idea. Get out of here, Lingering Truth. Get out of here. Ugh. Unfortunately, Tanya is pretty good at blowing these guys up because they're evil outsiders. So, Korai, being evil outsiders, are absolutely demolished by Holy Smite. This is one of the reasons why there's a Holy Smite nerf a little while ago. And a lot of people were very upset. They were like, oh no, they blew up Holy Smite. They destroyed it. This spell is useless now. They destroyed the whole game. But here's the thing. Holy Smite is still so powerful. It's so incredibly useful and good. I still recommend using Holy Smite whenever you're given the chance, because there's so many evil outsiders in Dungeons & Dragons Online. Like, yeah, is it as good as it used to be? No, but is it still really good? Yeah, it's still really good. Like, more than half the monsters in the game are evil, and also and a bunch of those are evil outsiders, so they take double. Like this quest, you just go boom and everything dies in one hit. Especially if you're a cleric where you can cast the spell and the spell-like ability. Oh, cool. Oh, yeah, absolutely. That's exactly what happened. I'm just putting it in context for people that think the spell has been nerfed. It's still super duper good. Yeah, Holy Smite was doing level 8 spell damage for a level 4 spell. And everybody knew it was a problem. Or at least everybody that understood how the spell set pass was going knew it was a problem. I knew it was a problem. I flagged it in update 48.4 when the spell got buffed. And then when it went into the game, I was like, well, looks good. I like it. No notes. No further notes. It's a great looking spell. All right, there's no door there. If it looks like this quest is very maze and labyrinth-like, if you are watching this at home on YouTube, if you want to get through this quest, just follow the path that I take. So, it's not too bad. I don't really retrace any of my steps, so you kind of just like walk in a lot of direct lines. There's also a combat trial and the puzzle trial. I do the puzzle trial because it's both faster and also, I don't know, combat can be inconsistent.
You will need to choose between the two trials I have prepared for you.
The eye's voice.
Oh yeah. Well, when you hit Reapers for 600 damage with your Holy Smite once you get to level 6, it's like, oh yeah, right. This is good. I like this. This is good.
Very interesting. Let's see how you fare.
The last tile turns into position.
There we go. Return to reality. Now,
Now
this quest can drop an item called the Sight of the Sleepwalker, which is why I'm doing this. Well, 1, I need XP, but 2, the Sight of the Sleepwalker. It grants Seeker, Deception, Accuracy, and Potency. It is amazing for somebody who just needs pretty much all the stats, like any type of hybrid, Eldritch Knights, anything like that. Super good.
For years I have lulled these mortals to sleep. Years during which they believed they kept me contained.
Let's see. Behemoth Hail, Heavy Arrow Quiver.
I had been the one
One divine.
them inside a
But
calm
Runts is so much better.
And yet you still wish
Is it
to
so much
keep
better?
them awake?
Actually,
You
very
see
comparable.
How happy they are now.
There's 14 to 27 physical damage to attacks is also pretty good.
To rip them away from their happiness. To
I'm gonna be
pull
honest,
back
Behemoth
into
Hail is
this
very comparable.
world With all its grim
Because
chaos.
it doesn't have 16 to 24 physical for sure, but 36 to 78 cold is still very, very good, especially if you're not converting.
But if you believed these trifling illusions are my true strength, prepare
Learn my
to
lesson
be
to find some ability combination things that works well, and I like it. I need to keep attention to myself and not draw attention to it. I mean, you should if you find something you think is bugged, feel free to report a bug. I report bugs when I find them. Just because I might find something that is advantageous to me in a moment doesn't mean I wouldn't actually report it to the game devs, because I don't want them to know about this powerful effect. Also, the monsters need to do fire damage, and it's a lot. If you're not prepared for this on epics, it will kill you, because these guys, especially when they spawn as champions, are very dangerous. So just keep that in mind. I've seen people die to this on hardcore on legendary. And the challenge is over, and we're done. Important note, if your friends can't find their way through, there's a lever here and a closed door. Once the quest is over, you can then open the door and let people through.
As you blink awake, the eye of Dalquor
And it brings you back to this room.
Well,
Alright, come on. Sight of the Sleepwalker. 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 Nothing. Okay. Well, you know, I really wanted it.
I suppose my reign over this monastery has come to an end. Drained of power yet again. For the moment, at least. You have managed to break the spell and cure these monks of their peaceful sleep.
Right.
Yet I still live. And I still dare to dream.
Speed of feather falling.
Now that the eye of Dalquor
Oh, it's
has
speed.
been disrupted, the monks
Nah, I'm just gonna chuck haste potions.
begin to rise
Whatever.
from
It is
their
what it is.
bone.
I would take that, but I'm just gonna chuck haste potions. I know myself. Alright, cool. I guess it's time to take 15. Nice. Oh, so someone got the 3K. Congrats. Congrats. You was gonna say congratulations when people hit their goals in Hardcore League. That's pretty cool, dude. Damn. It's not level 15. This character has honestly gone a lot farther than I thought it was going to. And you know what that means? That's right. Time for the daily gold roll. That's right. A lot of you put your points in to the gold roll thing. You're trying to make a lot of points, get those sun flasks, spend them, waste them, do whatever you want with them. You're trying to win, and that is exactly why we're here on the gold roll time. So get your excitement ready. Time for that gold roll. 3, 2, 1, go! 18. That's 2 days in a row. Damn. RIP, dude. Oh well. Alright, so let's take level 15. As I said, I'm going to be taking the feat Heavy Armor Master for some more physical magical resistance rating. It's to prevent death. It's also one of the reasons why fighters can be very tanky during the leveling process, because they just take so little damage. Now the next ability I want to get is Stunning Shield. Stunning Shield being very good. It lets me just stun any monster that I want at any point. So I want to go for it as soon as I can. Additionally, I also got this ability, Shield Smash. Shield Smash is great. It's a ability that, I don't know where to put it, but it gives you physical magical resistance rating and also hits somebody with your shield, which does a bunch of damage. I'm going to put this here, I think. That's good. Apparently the shield doesn't exist. And then I'm going to sell some items out of the game. I got a Macabre Light Crossbow. You always roll 12. I know, it's amazing. Oh man, that reminds me of the guy that rolled 3 every time on the forums. He's like, I'm only rolling 3. It's a bunch of crap. And everyone's like, are you sure you're not just looking at the number of astral shards that display? And he's like, no, I'm not. I definitely am rolling 3 every time. X6 of Feather Falling. Beautiful boots. Dodge 6. I do like Dodge 6. Tendon Slice is not good. Armor pieces I don't care about. Con 7. No, I need Fortification. Sheltering, Insightful Sheltering. Kinda good. And Insightful Acid Resistance. Oh. Time to keep mine. Sweet. Getting rid of some garbage potions. Everything's looking good here. Get rid of some of this. Sweet. Look at all that money. And I got 44,000. I am in no concern about running out of funds at this point on this character. I'm pretty much in the clear entirely, which is nice. And I gotta empty out my bags. Actually, since I'm emptying out my bags so often, I gotta buy a bigger bag. This is a pro tip if you find your bags are filling up, specifically the collectible bag. I'm gonna show you what to do about that to make sure you never have too many collectibles. I'm gonna buy some more potions. The refilling of potions is like, you know, obviously a bit of a boring part, but it's what you gotta do. That's not how many I need. I need 62. 2 potions. Get heroism, 14. This character, important note, will actually be able to use greater heroism scrolls on itself, because even though I started with a 6 charisma, you can just get a charisma item, just swap in 1 charisma item later on in the game, and then that gives you enough charisma on top of your use magic device, and then also use power surge, and you should be able to do it by level 30, but it's going to take a while. Like, it's not something you can do just right away. Anyway, let's go to House Fjarlin so we can buy the bags. I forgot what I was talking about and where I was going. Like, yeah, we got to do something. Yeah, so many people in Guild are getting their goals. If you want to get your goals, log into Hardcore League. Important note, I'm playing solo and I'm at 13, 17 favor by level 15. If I had just done all of the quests while leveling instead of just doing the quests I need to do while leveling, I would have hit 3k for sure, which is pretty cool. All right, anyways, so we sort by value and scroll to the bottom. It's got all these bags. These bags are larger and hold more things. I'm going to buy a collectible bag and a gem bag. However, I'm just going to delete my small gem bag. And I'm going to keep my medium ingredient bag. The reason is because oftentimes I'm too lazy to sell off or like to empty out both of my ingredient bags, especially because you level up to different level brackets. So by having both of the collectible bags, this gives me 42 total collectibles to hold on to at any given moment, which is a few level brackets worth. But you don't really need more than 12 different gems. You're not going to usually need more than that. Although the huge gem bags are nice because you can carry all your gems for your entire TR in one bag, which you don't need, but it's nice. Right, and now I just need to head over here, and grab the hirelings. New hireling. Important note, always update your hirelings. You never know when you're going to need them. And as I said, read the descriptions of the hirelings to find out how good they are. I could have bought Sigil, who is a Warforged hireling, right, to give me the extra healing. But now at this point, I feel like I'm pretty strong. I don't need to worry about getting extra healing like that. Quintessia Valessa, names. But now we have Larafe Doret. She is capable of healing. But, and that but is very important to this sentence. Larafay's specialties lies in channeling the fury of the heavens to obliterate threats. It's not like she likes casting damage spells sometimes, you know, she likes to be an offensive kind of character. Fury of the heavens to obliterate threats. Awesome hireling. I'm buying a couple. Great hireling. You can also buy Skeen, a veritable divine siege engine. Skeen's melee combat prowess is nearly beyond nearly any other spellcaster. This is a melee Warforged favorite soul. Why are there 2 melee Warforged favorite souls? I don't know. There's a level 6 one that dual wields short swords, which is funny because now with the favored weapon effect, that's actually not the case anymore. That you can't just do that, but you can there. And Skeen, again, dual wield or is a 2-handed favorite soul. I don't know. Nemeth is still the best. I mean, I like Nemeth. Nemeth is also good. There are some good characters. All right. Mindbender. What is this guy? Barbarian Bard. Tiefling Scoundrel. I like the hair and the outfit. Where's this outfit from? Is this Temple of Elemental Evil stuff? It looks good. I don't know where this outfit comes from. This is a good looking outfit. Oh, is this purple Dragonite armor? I think this might be a purple Dragonite robe from the DDO store. It looks great. I really like this armor. Divine Conduit, if that tier 5 ability, please go rework it. Yeah. What I've said, if they wanted to make Divine Conduit, the tier 5 ability from Favorite Soul and War Soul and War Priest work, all they have to do to fix it is just make it a ability on a 12-second cooldown. That's it. No more charges. The same ability, 12-second cooldown. It's not overpowered. Easily the worst implemented ability in the game as it currently is. It wouldn't be overpowered at a 12-second cooldown, and it has the most obtuse requirement for getting it. Just go get yourself a girl who can kick your ass. Yeah, exactly. Now, speaking of kicking ass, I love playing this fighter. But you know what else I love? Ending the live stream. That's right. Hey, guys. This is the end of the live stream here.